everybody, and welcome to the show. Of course, this is Jordan Quartered Fan Edition, and today we are tackling Offworlder from Cautionary Comics and Ben Henderson. We are really happy to have you guys in here. We do appreciate it. Of course, with every show, we always say check out our links down below, which we do appreciate everybody's involvement, particularly in Fanspeak on Facebook. Community has grown and it's super active. We're really proud of it. So thank you for everybody who's involved in that. Also, keep in mind that we are live streamers, guys. Although we certainly love and appreciate the subs and the likes and such, the thing that helps us most is to hit that share button and let your family and friends and extended community know what's going on, so they can come over here and join us. Yeah, we got a great subject today, and the artists are really psyched up. It seems so. It's cool little of characters we're going to be looking at here today, and of course we will be talking to Ben here in a moment. But the first thing we always like to do is say hello to our artists and panelists. And of course, I got to start out with my co-host, because he is the co-host with the most oil. He is the ultra super hetero pie expert from New Zealand, Booster.
It's me. It's Booster. I actually have oil today. Did you know this?
No, I didn't.
My doctor gave me some olive oil that I have to shove in my ears because it's been blocked for 2 weeks.
Wonderful.
That's not going in my ears, is it?
No. Oh, and of course, a warning to everybody who's in here and everybody that comes in after. This is Jordan Quarters. As you know, this is PG-13 plus. So you will be hearing some certain magical words from the naughty Booster. I don't really want to know how your ear got blocked. You are the ultra hetero after all.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it makes me worry. Was Ezra Miller involved at all?
Only in my dreams.
Only in your dreams. This is what we have to deal with. And, because you guys usually ask me, I actually had some of the competitors earlier ask me about, hey, Chester, we got to have any stripper story time. But the thing is, I feel that Booster gets left out because I never, ever talk about my time where I had to be a bouncer at the actual kind of gigolo men's club, which was for gays.
What?
Yes, I've been a bouncer
in
a gay
club.
Yeah, because Booster loves that kind of stuff. Actually, it was
allegedly.
Allegedly. The funny thing about working in being a bouncer in a gay club, it's a lot more efficient and a lot less craziness. Actually, I didn't mind at all. I got those guys gave good percentage on the tips too. I have had that experience, so Booster's probably very jealous right now. But let me come over here and
super jealous.
Super jealous. But let me come over here and say hello to our artist today. Now we do have a new face, and I'm going to get to him last. But let me come over here with one of our regulars, of course, the Blue Oyster Bar. Joe says, Brad, dude, how you doing, man? And then Brad just decides not to talk to me.
I'm pretty good, yeah. I'm colorblind and I'm big.
Oh,
I am colorblind. I'm a fat guy. I'm tall. Yeah.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, so
we love you.
I'm kicking it in all the areas necessary. Yeah. So. Yeah.
There you go. And of course, we're really happy to have Brad here as usual. He's a great artist. And what do you think about the subject today?
I'm excited to draw Barbarian. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a good
space barbarian.
A space barbarian. It's a good Scottish barbarian too. I am a Busby. Of course, I'm more of a Strathclyde than a Scot. But who knows? We might even get into talking about how Scotland got its name today. Maybe. You hope not. Yeah. See, these are one of the haters I get that hate when I start talking about history and science stuff.
So
no respect. Damn it. Anyway, guys, we have no respect at all, right? I am Rodney Dangerfield. I'm a lot prettier though, because that was an ugly dude.
I get no respect.
Moving down the line here, we have Caesar. Caesar's with us. How you doing, dude?
Hey man, what's going on?
I'm doing awesome, dude. Happy to have you with us. Now you've seen the material. What are you thinking about it today with this Scottish barbarian?
Well, hey, it's pretty exciting. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big Highlander fan. I know this isn't quite Highlander, but if it reminds me of Highlander in the 80s, I'm good with it.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, there's from listening to Ben, he's going to tell us more about it later. But there seems to be some tech and there's some power involved with him. So you guys actually get a lot of freedom. It doesn't have to be just a straight barbarian with an axe. You can do some interesting things with his character. So I'm curious to see what you guys are going to do, especially after listening to Ben talk about what the character can do. I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, good luck to you, Caesar. Moving down here, we have Eric. Now, this is Eric Hawkins, just to make sure that everyone knows it's Eric Hawkins.
Uh,
We have a
Oh,
1,001
what?
Erics.
Where'd the side come from? Whose side? Was that Chester?
No,
Was
it
that
was
Booster?
Booster.
yeah, it
It
was
was
all
Booster.
Chester. What
That
a
was Booster.
dickhead.
It's definitely Booster. So Eric, nice to have you back, dude. What do you think about the subject matter today, dude?
I think it's really cool. I like drawing kilts, so that should be fun.
Uh-huh.
But I'm probably going to go with some kind of bondage scene because I saw that's what helped Dillard win the past couple weeks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now,
Oh,
don't now,
God.
sir,
But
don't make me chastise you. Okay. Now,
are we gonna have to make like a rule?
I don't know. We might have to make the Dillard rule. No
Uh,
bondage. Damn it.
Oh,
Let's go El
all right.
Guapo. You got
It's
some
cheating.
fans over here,
Okay.
Caesar. Yeah, no, Eric. Now, you're talking about the kilt in particular. I know that Booster will be focusing on the kilt as well.
Mhm.
But do you have
Imagine the
any
amount of freedom down there.
surprises for us?
No, I
Breeze.
won't. No, it'll be pretty basic. I mean,
There you go. Okay, good.
yeah, there won't be any because traditionally they don't wear anything under a kilt. Correct?
That's true.
Am I wrong?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
so
That's correct. Yeah.
That sounds so liberating.
It does. But I was just, that was just
Almost
a test.
commando-like.
That was just a test. I'm just trying to make sure where my degeneracy is sitting. It's just in Booster's side so far, so we're good to go.
yeah.
Ah,
And I do
you guys
apologize,
know
Ben.
fun.
I apologize ahead of time. Booster will certainly do interesting things with your character, and it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Blame Pixel. Anyway,
Absolutely,
moving down.
definitely blame Pixel.
Definitely
Not
blame
me.
Pixel. Always blame Pixel. Anyway, moving down the line, we got Ghost of Henry. Hey, dude. Oh, that's a nice looking knife. What you got there, man?
Yes, I make them.
Oh, you do?
It's
Oh,
my other
dude.
art.
Nice. Very cool.
That is nice, dude. Actually, I was kind of trying to start
That's
that
what I
hobby up myself, trying to make knives and stuff. I'm not very good, though.
That's awesome and terrifying. Please don't stab me.
No, it's cool, dude. I've actually have tried to do this. It's quite difficult, but it's a lot of fun, man. That is
Yes, it
awesome.
is.
Yeah, that is awesome, dude. So what do you think about the character today?
I like it. I grabbed the knife to get me in the mood.
There you go. That's where it is, and that's neat. I didn't know you made knives, man. That's pretty cool. That's actually a big interest of mine as well. So
We'll
cool.
talk about it someday.
Oh, we will. We should actually. I'm not very good though, but then again, I don't have the time to put the necessary to put into it. But I do love it. But anyway, thanks for coming, dude. Of course, we got another person coming back. We only have one new face today, but that's fine. We're always happy to have new faces. But this is not a new face. This is Rabbit Comics. And he, of course, has a project going on with Quick Strike, which we'll definitely at the end of the show we'll talk about and let everybody talk about their projects. But Rabbit, how you doing, man?
Good. Thanks again for having me, guys.
Oh, well, always welcome, dude. So we got a very interesting barbarian Scot who's flying around space with various superpowers and technical abilities. What are you thinking?
You know what? I'm a huge fan of Exo Manivore
Yeah.
from Valiant.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of Exo vibes from him. So it's definitely right up my alley.
Yeah, I think basically with Exo, of course, he's in a suit. And this character's powers are internal, but it has that kind of feel. I don't think the story's similar at all, but I see the reference as well. But
Yeah.
I love Exo Man of War.
You do.
Yeah,
Exo's a bomb story.
it is awesome. It's one of the best things Valiant does. Or Faith.
Now, do you
or
like
it could be
the
Faith.
original Exo Man of War, or do you like the newer one?
Well, they both have their values. To be fair, to be honest, I'd say the new one.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Cool.
like the new one better. But I like what Valiant was doing. It's unfortunately that they decided to get ultra woke because it's hurting them pretty bad now. Because they were doing well, man, but they went and screwed it up. But hey, that's the world we live in. But anyway, thanks very much, Rabbit. Good luck to you. And of course, our last competitor today is a new competitor. And you all know him. You love him. You've seen many of his hashtag DNQ. And by the way, as we're doing the character and start talking about it here with Ben, we'd love to have you guys draw along with us. And if you're doing that, just make sure you throw that on hashtag DNQFE. Once again, hashtag DNQFE, and we will definitely look at those themselves in the show, which we love to do. And of course, the Howl Comics is coming from that. That's where we've seen him, other than being in the chat and talking to us.
This is
And
Hell Comics.
This is Howl Comics, yeah. And of course, he does great stuff. So
I didn't
we're
realize
really
it.
happy. Well, it's our
I
it's our
love your
second
stuff.
one, right, Booster? We had El Rodimus come up from the hashtag DNQFE, and now we have the Howl Comics, and we're excited, dude. So hello, sir.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Nice.
I'm doing well. I'm doing so well.
All right. Well, we asked the same question to everybody who is new, so we're going to do the same thing to you. Tell us, how did you get into art, and how did you come to this community over here, this indie revival community we're in?
Well, I've been drawing forever. It's like almost everybody's story. You sketch here, sketch there. Someone tells you you're good, and you just keep going, and then you fall in love with things you see along the way, like Ninja Turtles. And my father figures were comic books, because I didn't really grow up with a lot of father figures at all. But yeah, they just kind of drove me. And then when I was about 16, I ran into I don't know if anyone knows him. His name is Dan Wickline. He's a writer, and he had a little indie comic company going on, and his company took me in as a little what do you call it, like a scribe,
Intern?
like a
Neophyte.
yeah, like a little intern.
An
Yeah.
intern, yeah.
And yeah, from there, that company and him, they all showed me the ropes, and I just fell in love with the industry ever since. And I got really sad to see where it was going. Like a lot of people here, I started watching Captain Cummings, and I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, these things
Yeah.
do suck. And then
They
your
do.
boy Zach, and yeah, and then from there on.
Yeah, no, and it's unfortunate too, because I came over through Captain Cummins too. I mean, I was watching Ethan stuff, but it had nothing to do with what Captain Cummins was doing. Ethan was just doing those, perspective shows, those portfolio reviews. I watched him in the same way I watched Jim Lee. But Captain Cummins is the one that really we got rallied behind. He's the one who introduced us to diversity in comics. Of course, he doesn't call himself that now. But the sad thing for me is that Captain Cummins and those other guys like Doug Ernst and Tim Lim and stuff, who are the ones that are out banging on this a long time ago, we don't see them much anymore. Of course, we have them over here on our show. They're always welcome here. We've never spoken to Captain Cummins. I should probably reach out to him. But it's kind of too bad that they kind of went away. Of course, I understand his deployment and he's busy and stuff, but I agree 100%. Now, today we're doing Offworlder. What do you think of the content, dude?
Oh, it's fucking awesome. It's like Conan in space.
In a way.
I used my one if bomb.
Oh,
Did that
my
on
bad.
purpose.
Nah,
You-
I got a mouth like
yeah.
a sailor.
You know what? I don't want you on air anymore. Get out.
Booster only gets one a show, and you just stole it. So, good on you. But dude, we're really happy to have you here. We've been enjoying your draw-alongs here for a while, so it's going to be awesome to see what you do. But anyway, guys, we need to get ourselves going here as usual. And of course, I'm going to come and talk to Ben. And of course, I think a lot of you guys know who Ben Henderson is of Cautionary Comics anyway. But we are going to talk to him extensively. But the first thing I need you to do, Ben, is to start these guys off. So I need a really cool, exuberant, energetic, badass countdown for these guys to start, because it's a 2-hour show. The only rules, they cannot use color. So Ben, are you ready? Are you enthused? Are you excited? Can you do this?
I am so ready
He is ready.
to launch. I've been waiting for 20 years for for Offworlder to launch. You have a vision. You're going to paint a vision of this character, immortalize it, and it'll be launched into the consciousness of. Are we ready?
Yes,
We
sir.
are ready. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
The drums
4, 3,
beating
2,
in my heart.
go.
Go,
Thunder
go,
of
go, go,
guns.
everybody. Get your pencils going. Awesome.
That was like
We
an
are
epic
pumped.
countdown.
Now,
I felt chills.
I felt chills too, dude.
Yeah.
All the way down into my taint, even. But
That's deep. That's
That is
deep,
deep,
too.
dude.
deep,
That's
That's
deep.
man.
gross.
Hey, I see Ryan Cardinal is sitting in the chat. Ryan, I have a seat. You want it? Seriously.
I
Go
just sent a
ahead,
link to a Shinobi Raccoon. They just said that their internet decided to croak. Oh, he'll just draw something and put onto it. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a draw along. That's fine
Wait,
too.
okay, I'll do it to Ryan Cattle instead. Bloody hell, you people.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he can, but if we get Ryan in here, that would be cool. But I see Jiminy as well.
I will
Hey,
invite
Jiminy.
all of you.
Yeah, invite everybody. Do not drop that link in the chat. I will kick you, I swear. All right. Anyway, let me come over here and let's
that's
take
what
a
I
little bit
did.
of time. We're going to talk to Ben. Now, of course, you guys know we will come back and show the art for the majority of the show. We always do. But we do want to talk to Ben a little bit about himself and his project, and so you guys get a good idea for it. So first things first, Ben, I'm going to go ahead and whitebox you. Just kind of tell the folks who you are, and then I'll jump over to your Indiegogo page.
Wonderful. Well, everybody, thank you for having me on, and thank you for doing me the honor of Offworlder, of making Offworlder, drawing Offworlder. I love seeing different visions and different versions come to life, so thank you for that. Myself, I am the founder and co-owner here at Cautionary Comics. We did last year, we launched Ravage, Kill All Men. That one was our first book that was out. Our first #1 even. So that was a lot of fun. That was by Chuck Dixon and myself. And then Offworlder here is our second effort, our sophomore book out of the gate by Mike Barron and myself.
Sweet. Just name dropping left and right, dude. Chuck Dixon, Mike Barron, you lucky bastard.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah. I have a huge complaint about Ravage, though, dude. I have a huge one, and I want it to be addressed. It's too short. I want more.
So I learned so much from Ravage. I love Ravage, and I have, I'm going to get another Ravage tattoo and stuff. But yes, so that after Offworlder, the next thing we're going to do is Ravage the complete saga. It'll be 120 pages, which is really issues 1 through 5 all together in a graphic novel.
Awesome. That is awesome. I enjoyed it. I love the art is so killer in that book, dude. But I'm enjoying reading. I get to the end. It's like,
Well, we wanted to hook everybody in.
You did hook, but I gotta wait now, dude. But that's cool. All right, I see that we got ourselves a Shinobi raccoon in here. Hello, Shinobi.
Hello. This is the second time I've been on this show, and I didn't even plan for it either.
Oh, there you go. Well, we're happy to have you, dude. Now, you know the format. I don't have to give you all the rules, right?
Not really.
Yeah, no color.
We don't need no stinking rules.
Yeah, and just keep in mind it's PG-13 plus, so you do have some freedom, but don't go too far. But happy to have you on here, dude. We got a full house, so it's just awesome. We do a pretty good job. We usually have a full house, so I'm pretty happy about that. Everyone's saying kick booster so we can run those seat. It's an option.
I disagree. I personally really like Booster. I think he's hilarious and should stay on the show forever.
Okay, well, all right, fine.
Please don't kick me.
I see Caesar popped in.
Caesar's in here for sure. Happy to have him. Now, Ben, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to Indiegogo. Now, normally during one of my normal FanSpeak shows, I would share with the chat and I would let you, but there's so much going on in here, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go show the Indiegogo page, and you just kind of talk about it in generalities as I'm showing the folks, okay?
Sure thing.
All right, go ahead. It is up.
Seems simple enough.
So, Offworlder, Blood in the Jungle, and Ravage. So we got 3 books here you're talking about, huh?
Yeah, we do. So first, of course, is Offworlder, 48 pages. It's part 1 of 2, telling the tale of the Offworlder, the origin story. We also have an amazing crossover book, Jungle, written by our own Mr. Edwin Boyette, story by the amazing Mike Miller and myself. It's a tale of the characters of Ravage and Lone Star together. It's kind of a war story. It's set in Vietnam. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited about that. And then, of course, I'm also putting up there a alternate cover for Ravage for those that didn't get Ravage as well.
Yeah. Sweet.
So yeah, and then we also we have a VIP pack with one of those rare metal covers that we did.
Yeah,
It's
those
really
metal
like a
covers are
metal.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, now that's something that Mike Miller introduced me to. It's really cool actually. Went to when I was at Tokyo Comic Con. I think my kids bought one or two of those as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm just going through showing the art off right now. Going through the page. Now I see in the perk you had that Lone Star. A nice, straight on shot of Lone Star in the perk. But I'm looking down here in the art and I don't see it. Is it at the bottom of the page?
We are going to be doing another cover. Matt Weldon did a cover for wraparound covers for that Blood in the Jungle, and it's being colored right now. Actually, Edwin and I just released. We just did an update showing that cover. It's pretty awesome.
Well, we don't
and then we're
mention
gonna do
we don't mention the Matt Weldon here. Certainly not. He started over
Never.
here with us, and he went over the
Effort
pros, and he
turncoat.
never came back. It's unbelievable.
Disgraceful.
He's not welcomed around here.
No.
Disgusts me.
Of course,
How
I'm lying.
dare he.
You can come back anytime. Weldon, we'd love to have you.
We'll treat you good, baby.
Yeah, baby.
He's coming on. We're gonna do so. We're gonna do another one for sure. But
No, he's a great artist, dude.
yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
So,
Now, who's doing
so
the
that's gonna be
main?
the cover.
Who's doing the main art here of the Offworlder? Sorry.
That is Jordi Armenthal. He is from Barcelona, Spain. Amazing artist, amazing style. You know, I love that old school. You know, reminds me of like the old school '70s Conan kind of style. You know, like the or Warlord from DC. If you guys remember Warlord?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Mike's work.
Loved that exactly.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And it is really pretty. The black and white actually is very nice with these heavy inks and stuff. It's very heavy. It reminds me a little bit of as far as the recent people we've been looking at in our community here. It has that kind of dark, heavy ink feel of Cane and White actually.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that.
Yeah, and of course this stuff actually colors out really well too, right? Well, if you got a good colorist anyway.
Oh yeah. Brian Armenthal, Brian Magne is also the colorist, the same colorist that we had on Ravage.
Sweet, yeah. And actually, the coloring on Ravage was really nice. Actually, I was really happy with the art in that book, dude. I've been getting a lot of these. Say what?
Jimbo, that's Jimbo Salgado. He's amazing, the artist.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but the thing is we get a lot of Indiegogos we do here and we cover, and we see a lot of really good art. But one thing that I didn't know until I started getting involved in this community, I've learned so much actually, but I didn't know how important colorists were. Boy, are they important, dude! Because I've seen many projects that are horribly let down by the coloring, not the inks. The inks look great. It's the coloring that lets people down, and boy, it's an art, man.
It is. It is. I mean, you look at, Elizabeth Brightweiser, you look at Brett R. Smith, the top people, Kelsey Shannon, the top colorists in the industry. And, it just looks like night and day. You can look at the same picture colored by different colorists, and it just almost looks like a different picture.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I think there's been a couple incidences. I Booster would corroborate this. But there's been a couple instances where we've, especially in the beginning, where we had some of these Indiegogos coming up, and the inks were great, and the color was literally horrible. And we made some suggestions to them, and they went out and found better colorists, and it came back with something nicer. This is. Yeah, it's a big problem, but this coloring looks awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to still talk about the project, and I'm going to talk to Ben, of course, but I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to start showing the art off as usual, because, that's why we're here. I'm going to do as usual. I'm going to start on this side. So the Howl Comics, sir, you are white boxed, and everyone is looking at you. The whole world is looking at you.
Oh,
Everyone.
Everyone.
Oh
my God, you're quick. You're a quick
is.
boy.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh. He's going to bury that axe in someone's skull.
Yes, he is, dude. That is nice what I'm seeing going on here so far.
I love the kill shot.
I love it.
It's good action, dude. Actually, I like it. It's another thing I've also noticed, Ben, is because you're a writer, being myself, sitting here watching all these things and learning so much over the past year that I've been involved with the YouTube community, the one thing I found is that I didn't understand before. These artists are very, very distinctly different from each other, right?
Oh yeah.
And I never really, even though it looks like it's similar stuff, they're actually very different. Like Howl here seems to have a good dynamic feel. It's kind of like Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy is one of the best dynamic artists I've ever seen. The dude literally makes a two-dimensional image move. But
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
see others that have the detail or what have you. It is amazing. How do you feel about just being surrounded by all these amazing artists in this community, dude?
I never thought I thought that time of my life was over. You know what I mean? I guess in a way, I'm very grateful for it every time I get to interact and collaborate. I went for high school. I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts, which is a creative high school. I did writing there and other stuff, and I love that kind of environment. And it's been a lot of fun kind of reviving that. I've been very fortunate to work with amazing pros and, all of you guys, all of my contemporaries and peers in this new revolution. It's just been great. Dixon described it best. We were talking about, the whole thing in general, indie comics and he said, we're all in a jam band, and sometimes we go to another person's house and we jam, and we go to another group's house, and jam, but we're not asking anybody to play rock and roll. We're just playing rock and roll. We're just doing what we want to do and bringing in the crowd that we want to bring in, that likes the same kind of music. And that's it.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah. No. It is interesting. A lot of these people went to artistic schools. I've been hearing a lot of the artists when they tell us about themselves and went to this college or that college. I'm surprised at how many of the artists in the community actually are what I guess you would call classically trained. I would imagine a lot of them, the majority, would have been just people who like art and just started drawing. But no, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm guilty.
it is.
Yeah. So now you've told us before about how you got involved in the things, but I think what I would like a little bit more detail on, if you wouldn't mind, how did you come about creating Cautionary Comics itself? Is it your first publishing company or not? Or just give us more information about Cautionary itself.
Well, yeah, it's my first publishing company. It's my first effort, but it's not my first creative company. I owned a film company a long time ago, and I was doing independent films and, not, more from project to project, right? It wasn't my full-time job, but it was always a passion and a hobby. And, I did that for many years, and I also did other businesses, and I traveled quite a bit. And I amassed a large catalog of screenplays that I didn't make and books and, short stories and things, and decided, hey, am I going to self-publish as a novel? I knew I didn't really have the time or means to try to make an independent film, So what I was like, I still want to release these stories in some fashion, it's on my bucket list. It's a life goal. So I decided to put my money where my mouth is, and I created which is actually became 24 pages, but I had committed, no matter what happened on Indiegogo, to create a 12.0 of Ravage, which would just be like an introduction kind of teaser, and I put my name on it. I try to put my best foot forward, and so I hired a marketing group, marketing company, James, who did Conflict, actually came up with the logo and everything. I hired him, and then I started, deciding kind of which project was I going to do, and I wanted to line up an artist that, their style really lined up with how I saw the story in my head. So I, really love Jimbo Salgado. He's just has so much detail in his art, and it always moves. And so, he liked the script, and we agreed to go from there. And then I was able to convince the amazing Chuck Dixon to collaborate with us, and off we went. And now we have a huge story written. Chuck's amazing. Of course, the dialogue, the action, it's based on the original screenplay, but it's so much better than my screenplay. and it's just fun for everybody. And then I was lucky enough to be able to collaborate with Mike Barron, who he wrote Batman, Punisher. He's co-creator of Nexus, and he's my co-creator on Offworlder here. Working on today.
Sweet. There you go. All right. Kat, I love you. And besides, you can't resist the smooth, dulcet tones of Papa Chester now. Come on. Give me some love.
Oh my.
Oh my.
What?
I mean, just to behave yourself.
What? I'm just trying to defend myself from the trolls. They're still going on about Rick last week. I guess that troll will go forever. All right then. But do mind the chat, Ben. They do enjoy having a troll fun from time to time. We had an unfortunate situation last week where the internet decided to crash in Japan, and just as we were just getting we're at the end, with the very end, with a straw poll, and it was causing trouble, so I called it so that we could have the show ended. But then we went over on Manny's channel because we were doing Skunk Girl, and we talked a little bit later, a little bit more. But the poll kept going, and another person won. So now they're all up in arms. How dare
so I can destroy them.
I don't want to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. But
tell me who's to attack, Chester. I will eliminate them.
All right. Moving down, Shinobi, you were white box, and now I'm moving over to Rabbit, just so you know that you are white box. Look what Rabbit's doing, Ben.
Looking good. All you guys are looking so great.
That is beautiful. Yeah, we got some really killer artists on this on the show, dude. And I'm really looking forward to what we're going to see at the end, especially to see how they take. Because you had said I'll let you say it instead of myself, but explain the power set of this character and his name.
Yeah, so he's known as the Offworlder, a troubled cosmic demigod that's been set upon the path. He sacrifices himself for his people. Now he has to fight an intergalactic war to save them and all of humanity. So he's really been ripped out in space by a benevolent alien race called the Anunnaki that's in a eternal war with an evil alien race called the Lazarson, and they're in this kind of cosmic battle, but they need champions to really help them wield this cosmic energy that they're unable to wield themselves. And they're through the eons, the people that can wield that power is a 7th century Scotsman named Henry Gunn, known as the Offworlder.
Sweet. Now,
so that's the basic.
That's the basic, but he has a very interesting power set. Why don't you lay that out again? Because I'd really be interested to see what these guys do with his power set, actually.
Yeah. So he can absorb cosmic power and wield it, direct it, but very, very large, cosmic blast. He actually funnels it through his 2 battle axes, but he can also do it himself, right? As he absorbs more cosmic energy, he can transmogrify. So he could, his arms can become weapons. He can, direct that power, whether it's kinetically through, bashing something, or if it's through, his war cry, blasting out this cosmic energy at his enemies. But he's not. He's immortal, but he's not undefeatable. And he has ancient enemies that come after him, and he's trying to learn his place in the world. But yeah, from his power set, of course, he can survive in space. He can wield large, vast amounts of cosmic power and direct them where he wants to go in devastating effect.
Now, how are you using the word immortal? Do you mean unkillable or ageless?
I mean more ageless. So he can be destroyed. He's not, there is ways that he could be dead.
All right, there you go.
Not
That's cool. Yeah, it's always problematic to make an immortal because someone like Superman is he's immortal, right? Doesn't matter
Mhm.
what kind of caveats they throw on top of it, he's immortal, and that's why so many writers have trouble with him. So it's good that he's ageless, but yet he is in threat. So that's a good thing. Just a
absolutely.
booster, just to let you know, Pixel is over here shilling in the chat, and seeing as
What's
all
he
the
doing?
seats are full and he can't come up in here and reprimand and complain to us. It might be an
Mhm.
opportunity to give him some hard time a little bit, maybe. Yeah.
What are you saying? You saying I should leave? You saying I should just get out of here?
No. I'm saying you should give Pixel a hard time in the chat. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You should give him a
Pixel,
timeout.
Yeah.
You suck. That what you wanted me
Wonderful.
to do?
All
All
right,
you
cool.
guys are doing already. I'm so excited by this.
Moving down, Ghost, you are being wiped by. Oh, look what Ghost is doing, dude. Ghost, could you show
Awesome.
us a little? Let us see that page a little bit better. Damn, no, down. Yeah, look at that, dude. Look at that.
That's them, man.
That is cool, dude. 3-finger. Well, they got a thumb, I guess. 4-fingered alien Anunnaki. These aren't the Anunnaki. These are the what do you call them again?
So no, these are the Anunnaki. These are my
These aren't the
version
Anunnaki.
of the Anunnaki with the larger head. Then there's the Lazarson.
And what do they look like?
Kind of thing. Actually, it was funny that we had posted this thing from Peru, but just think 7, 8 foot tall lizard man.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool. Do you have any pics you can share of that, or is that a bit of a secret reveal?
I don't have any handy right now. There's one. I don't have any handy right now on this computer.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. But yeah, the gray. And here's the interesting thing. I'd like to actually have a conversation with Ben about is and actually we've been kind of talking shop with him about his company, but this conversation the artist could actually give an opinion on as well. Of course, what Ben has done here is he's taken the Mesopotamian stories with the Anunnaki and stuff, which of course were popularized by Von Daniken, Sitchin, and stuff like that. And of course, to be fair, that's one of the reasons I went into university to study anthropology. Was
awesome.
a little bit of mix of Sitchin and Indiana Jones. Really, of course, it's that life is nothing like Indiana Jones at all. At all.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately. But that's why I got into it. Now you guys know I don't do. I'm not in the field anymore. I know I was only in the field when I was in university anyway. But my interaction with the anthropological world is through translation. I translate Mesopotamian languages, and that's my only foot in the world. But because of that, I know a lot about that stuff. Both not only the oral histories and the folklore, and of course the official hunter-gatherer crap they keep wanting to throw at us, but I also know the more fantastical, interesting sci-fi side of it, which is something that Sitchin was able to introduce to us. But because of that, we've seen more and more interest in these kind of characters. And what Ben has done here is he's taken those and he's made them his own. He's created something off of that history, off of that folklore. I am assuming I'm correct there, Ben.
You are. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's kind of like an amalgam of it's kind of like the platform. You know what I mean? At Baalbek, it's my platform that I'm kind of springing from.
Sure.
And then you have a foundation of that kind of mythology, but then you can wrap up all the different sci-fi craziness, and it makes it more believable in a way.
Well, it is
That
interesting.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think it is interesting because what Sitchin did was he showed us that by just translating these old histories from Sumer and Babylon and Acadia, Assyria, except like that, he showed us how sci-fi they were. Because most people know these stories, they just know the very generic version that's in the Bible. Right.
Right.
Whereas these are the more, or at least the oldest versions we have, and they're just more detailed. Same stories, just more detailed, and that makes it very, very interesting because it's very appropriate to our culture. I mean, our culture is built, of course, on a Greek-Roman aesthetics and structure, but we are Abrahamic cultures in the West, right? So it's interesting to have the knowledge of
And
these
where
stories.
did Abraham come from?
Well, Abraham was a Sumerian.
Sumerian.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and-
it all kind of goes back to that.
It is, and of course Abraham, the one he was talking to, was the son of Enki, Marduk. And of course, in the
Right.
Bible, he's just talking to God, because in the Bible, God is actually, in the older stories, there's many different gods, but in the Bible, it's singular, and that's because when the Jews were under the occupation by Babylon, they had got themselves in trouble because Babylon actually was the first monotheistic group, not them, and they
Right.
were demanding that they go back to have a single God, and when they were in captivity is when they wrote their Torah, and they did it in such a way. That's why it's so mystical and hidden secrets and numerology and all that stuff, because they were hiding their true faith inside of it.
Yeah, they didn't
And
want to get busted.
that's right. They didn't want to get
Right.
executed, right? So
Right,
that's where
right.
it all comes from. So the older stories are actually, for me, far more interesting, because they're giving us a more honest look at what the people believed, right?
Yeah,
And
I agree.
yeah. So now, why did you decide to go with the ancient alien look for the Anunnaki? Because most people, I think, at least the people who study that, would open their mind to that, would probably make the Igigi look more like this, not the Anunnaki.
Right.
But why did you choose go this route?
So I really, really love the Peruvian, kind of those elongated skulls. Number
Sure.
one, and then you always see the round eyes, the big black oval eyes, and all different kinds, right? Whether they're the tall kind of praying mantis style or whatever. So I think that there's a, I don't want to say generic, but there is a memory, that kind of resonates limbically with people,
Yeah.
of what these, so, I kind of just, in making it my own, kind of version of it, if there was these aliens that lived on a huge, ninth planet, or, planet X out there. I mean,
Sure.
and what would they look like, and how to make them look, kind of, more peaceful, versus these, dragon dinosaur looking Lizarson who just want to tear people up.
Oh, that's interesting. You're taking a little bit of the genetic memory angle. So I'm assuming you like Graham Hancock and Michael Tsarian and stuff like that. Those guys really push on that aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And actually, we talked about this, and this Sunday, we have, of course, on Sundays we have at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have TFT Tinfoil Talk, and that's a great show.
Right.
We have people
Oh, yeah,
really
I gotta
love
go
it.
there. I've seen stuff, man.
You've seen stuff, man. Well, I was actually, we talked a little bit about it. If you have time, you want to come on and talk Ancient Aliens on TFT this Sunday?
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely, I'm free.
All right, cool. Well, then that's what we're talking about this week on TFT,
Boom.
Ancient Aliens, baby. So anybody who wants to be involved with that, let me know. Keep in mind, here on Fanspeak, this is a place for the fans, guys. So if you want to come on and join us for any show, just hit that link to the Twitter down below and let me know. If you know a lot about Ancient Aliens, or something you're interested in and you would like to be part of that talk, let me know and I'll put you on the Sunday show, okay? But so let's not go too deep into that then. Let's save it for the Sunday show.
Love it.
That is really cool what you're doing with that. I like it. I actually have had a cosmology. I use it more for tabletop role playing, but I have a complete cosmology that involves them as well.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what do you?
It is memory. Yeah.
Yeah, well, genetic memory. Yeah, it's interesting with Michael Tsarian. If you guys haven't ever heard of him, Michael Tsarian deals with a lot of the Irish mythologies and then taking world histories and trying to tie them into that. Now, he started out kind of like a Sitchin in a way, but he's gone that Graham Hancock way, looking at the genetic memories and the ayahuasca and all that kind of stuff. And but if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I would suggest Michael Tsarian. He's a great presenter. He has amazing production value. If you're interested in that kind of documentary, alternative science type of thing. But what do you guys think here that are sitting here drawing along with these beautiful things? I am moving on, by the way. Eric, you are now white boxed. What do you guys think about this whole ancient alien thing and the Sumerian or Mesopotamian stories? Anybody have an opinion?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm always interested in it, watching the show. I like checking out the shows on Discovery Channel and all that about it. It's interesting. I won't say it's crazy.
No, it doesn't have to be true or not. Who cares? It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's definitely entertaining. Yeah.
Oh, look what Eric is doing. Damn, every person I white box, you guys are killing it today, man.
I don't know if I get the whole thing done, but I will get the main guy done.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I haven't really seen very. Funny thing is, I haven't really been. This is one of the campaigns that I have not been following very closely. So basically, I'm basically looking at Google stuff while trying to do this.
Oh, well,
looking
sure.
for looking at how the character is supposed to look.
Well, and also I would imagine you're pretty busy with your current Indiegogo project, Quick Strike, as well, right?
Wrong person.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
wrong guy.
Rabbit talking? Who was talking?
Nope.
Oh, that was Shinobi.
That was me.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Rabbit.
Jester.
Oh, well, come on now. You do
doing
it.
great,
I'm
man.
managing
All
a
you
million
artists
things back
sound
here.
the same to us.
Yeah. It's all for
I'll just talk like this. How about that?
Oh, no. Are you working on anything right now, Shinobi?
I am actually. I'm working on my own series called Shinobi Raccoon. I'm kind of studying. I'm studying things. I'm trying to find as much material on all things ninja while I'm trying to seeing what I can work with and taking things out that could work for the story and leaving out things that don't.
Now, this is not the Sierra Whiskey project, right? This is a different project.
Yeah, this is a different project that has nothing to do with the Shinobi Sasquatch I'm imagining you're referring to.
No, I'm talking about Sierra Whiskey's Raccoon Riot, not Shinobi Sasquatch.
Oh, no. I never heard of that one.
Oh yeah, no, I think we all want to see that come to fruition. Sierra Whiskey's Raccoon Riot sounds hilarious. It's basically Gamma World. If any of you guys know what Gamma World is, the role-playing game, taken to absolutely Mad Max extremes with raccoons. It sounds awesome, right?
It does sound pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Rabbit? Seeing as I made that mistake, of course, your icons are right next to each other. But what do you think about all the ancient alien stuff? Is that interesting to you, or you don't care?
No, I don't believe in aliens, man.
It's not about believing. Who cares what truth is? It's just about entertainment value, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
I think having some foundation of truth makes the sci-fi more interesting. Like Star Trek, when the pseudoscience makes Star Trek more interesting.
Right,
Sure.
right.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know how deep. I don't know if I want to start a Star Trek conversation. That'll blow up in here, I think. No, I think it's a lot of fun, and it is interesting, especially because it's basically where all the modern stories come from. So they're just a more detailed versions. It's kind of cool. What about you, Ghost? Are you interested in that kind of stuff?
I love it.
He loves it.
Always love it. Yes.
Now,
I don't believe in anything, but it's all very entertaining.
there you go. Yeah. The interesting thing about Sitchin, though, that I like is the fact that one of the things he tried to propose in his books was, and of course, Lloyd Pye continued this work in amazing ways, trying to connect the missing point of evolution, saying the missing point is the fact that the gods, the creators, are the reason, are the ones who tampered with things, and that's how evolution, the missing link of evolution, is actually
Also-
the genetic alteration.
Right.
Also, Graham Hancock is a bothead.
He can be. He most certainly can be, dude. That dude takes offense easy. The Joe Rogan interviews are awesome.
That was funny. I forget who he was talking to, but yeah.
Yeah. Graham Hancock. He is sensitive. He gets butthurt pretty easy. That's true. But it is very interesting. I've read a couple of his books. He's a good writer. I enjoy it.
I don't think I know who he is.
Graham Hancock.
Yeah.
He is he's an alternative
Fingerprints of the
history.
Gods.
Yeah, Fingerprints of the Gods. He's
And that bothead.
and a butthead. Yeah, no, he most certainly can be. I agree 100%. But a butthead can be interesting though.
Bothead.
I thought you said pothead. Yeah.
Oh, he's a pothead. I thought you said butthead.
Oh wait,
Well,
wait.
okay.
Yes.
He's not the guy with the crazy hair, is he?
I thought he said butthead
No.
too.
I
thought
think
he
we
was
should
from-
rename this
He's
episode
from
to be Tester
Brazil.
Mateers
He's from
Things.
Brazil. Don't pick on him. All right, I'm moving down here though. Caesar, you are a white box. Oh goodness, Caesar. Ooh, I liking this Zeus look he's got going on, dude.
Me
Uh,
too. Me
but
too.
um, but yes, he is a pothead. He's also into the ayahuasca and all that kind of stuff. But which is interesting. It's a different take. I kind of much preferred when everyone was kind of taking what some of the earlier writers, particularly Sitchin, had done, and tried to expand or expound upon it. I was much more interested in that. But they all seem to have switched over to the more, esoteric aspects of genetic memory and these kind of things, which isn't as interesting to me. But I guess it is what it is. But anyway, I don't want to stick on that too long. We are going to be talking about it on this Sunday on TFT. We'll talk about ancient aliens to our heart's content, and we will have
That'll be
no Dillard in here yelling at us either. Bad John.
Dylan's been bullying us this whole time.
He's always bullying us. He's a
Take away
bully.
his rank.
Wow.
What is this? Eric says, Chester Lyle making fun of getting a name wrong, and I get the name wrong. Ha, ha, ha. Well, I do get them wrong, but you got to understand, I'm sitting back here. I have to make sure everything is staying steady and working, and I have these little teeny icons in a box, and I have to notice these little green dots that pop up when someone is speaking. So forgive me for not being perfect, people.
Listen, memorize my voice. Memorize it.
All right.
Hear it in green.
Go to sleep tonight and play it on a loop.
Oh my God. My wife would certainly appreciate that.
Well, she can listen too. Make her a tape too.
Now, don't you start taking on Brad aspects. I don't want to have none of that over here. How about you, Ben? Are you married?
I am. Yep. Married, 6 kids.
6 kids.
6 kids.
You
On
and
purpose?
Wow.
That is too many. Oh no.
I'm forming an army.
no,
Oh,
hey, that's not too many. It's fine.
My God.
Of course, that puts you in the same camp with Manny from Good Dog Press and Tank Ferret. They both have 6 as well.
Oh, nice. Good
Yeah.
company.
Yeah,
The
there you
same?
go. I only have 2. Anybody else here have more than 2?
Yes. 9.
Five.
9?
Hold on a second. Who said that?
El Guapo.
You have Caesar. You have 9 kids.
Yep.
How
Damn.
many baby mamas?
Should have a big,
Wow.
big family.
6 of them were adopted. So.
Don't you have a
Oh, I
TV?
see. You adopted people. Oh, okay. Still,
Don't you
that's a
have a
lot of
TV?
work.
That works.
That's awesome.
He's adopting me after this show.
Holy cow. That is a lot. What is this
Will you
saying
adopt
here?
me?
What's up, Mike Miller? Only 5? Amateur.
That we know of.
Yeah, right. That we know of, right? Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I only have 2. Maybe 3. But I know I got 2. I got 2. But I love kids though. But I do live in Japan, and it's 6 kids would be rough, dude. What's the age spread on your kids, Ben?
19 to 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
Mm.
So you and
Yep,
your wife
yep.
enjoy the kids then?
Oh yeah. They're awesome. And I got my little Ben on the river, Ben Jr. I was gonna name him Lucky Last Call Henderson.
Lucky
got it.
last call.
That's right.
You got outvoted, which is good. No, actually, I know with me, I really enjoyed having the kids in the house. Of course, I teach kids every day; it's my job. But
Right.
when my kids left to university, both my kids are out in university, or actually my daughter's graduated. I actually was very happy to have my house back, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, and I also had my wife back. It's always a pain in the butt to try to ninja an opportunity here or there. You know what I mean? You must know
Sharing
better.
your wife with your neighbors.
I just figure I am going to roll right into grandkids, so
Oh,
we're
that's
always
true.
gonna have a full house.
That is true. But then again, I live in Japan though. You probably have a proper house where I have like this kind of apartment condo thing, and everything's tight. And of course, Japanese culture, we have a tatami house, paper doors, all that kind of stuff. We sleep on futons on the floor. And another thing about Japanese culture is the whole family sleeps in the same room, right? So you have like 4 futons on the floor. That's how they do here. We don't they don't separate the children into another room, and that's
Right.
fine when in Rome, right?
Yeah, that's nice. You know, the kids don't get scared or whatever.
Yeah.
That's gonna drive somebody insane, especially if they snore.
Oh well, actually, my wife's the one. It's because my kids picked up my traits. We all sleep with our eyes open.
Oh,
It freaks the hell out of
That's
her.
not
Yeah,
creepy.
yeah, it's creepy. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let me see here. I got a question coming in. Leo Kun says, "Where are you in Japan?" Well, I'm in Kyushu, dude, and I live in a little teeny fishing village on the east coast of Kyushu, and I love it. Junkyard Dunn says, "I'm in Tokyo, and one of the moms at my son's nursery has 5 kids. Yeah, they happens every now and then. I don't know how they can manage out here. Kids must be on top of each other in that house. Yeah, no, it's hard to have a lot of kids in Japan. That's true.
Sounds like the mom and dad are on top of each other.
Yeah, well, they definitely are. Well,
They have a TV.
Well, see, the thing is, Japan shifted. The Japanese used to be where everybody was in a house. There was no apartment complexes. But when America coming in after the war and stuff like that, the apartment complex began to show up, and of course now they're everywhere. And the Japanese have had to adapt to the apartment, and I think it's a little difficult because the houses are bigger, of course, and you can have a lot more family running around that house. So I think that's part of it as well. Yeah. Because in America, we've had apartments and brownstones and stacks for hundreds of years. You know, it's not new to us. For the Japanese, it's really a modern thing. The apartment complex.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have some land. You know, at least a little bit.
Oh sure.
I don't think I could. Yeah, just myself.
Yeah. Well, I got a bunch of land. That land's not the problem. It's just building something on it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I subscribe to a guy on YouTube who spent some time in Japan.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Chester Busby? You should
Gaijin
subscribe to immediately.
Well, I've spent half my life in Japan, so you know. But Brad, you are White Box, dude. Damn, Brad. That is awesome, Brad.
Looking great.
Look at that, dude.
Thanks. Here, I'll zoom out real quick.
I just realized I don't think I've ever seen you work digitally, Bad.
No.
No, that's the first time I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. All right.
That looks great.
Yeah, dude,
Wow.
that is just stunning, Brad. Ben, you must be happy, dude. Look at this. Look at the art you're getting today, dude.
I can't believe it, man. I mean, it's all beautiful. All you guys are doing a great job.
Thanks.
Wow, Brad.
Yeah, it is awesome, dude.
Don't worry, I'll ruin your day soon.
We know you will, dude. Now, we are getting.
Would you like to see my references?
Oh.
Just give you an idea of what I'm working on.
All right, fine. All right, fine. Just for a minute, I'm going back to Brad. So here's your opportunity. Go ahead.
All right. So I haven't actually really started too much just yet, but these are my references I'm working with.
So good.
Just to give you an idea.
My God.
Oh God.
So we have
no, you cannot do
Offworlder
that.
reference. We have the Ezra Miller, of course, and we have Marilyn Monroe's favorite shot, our famous shot. My God, I do apologize, Ben. It's going to be bad, dude. Anyway, back over to Brad where it should be.
Interesting.
Yeah, to say the least. Let's see.
Miller.
Leo Kood says, I'm in and around the Kawasaki area. Okay. Mortal V says, watch as we make your new brother or sister Child-chan. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Okay. Bullet says, kawaii in the streets, senpai in the sheets. Oh, my.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Yay, a little cultural appropriation on the stream.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I've lived here. I've literally lived here longer than all my students. Well, not the adult ones, but the kids ones. So I can appropriate anything I damn well please. Thank you very much. Eric says, don't they have hotels in Japan specifically for couples to, get it on? Yeah, they do. Even this little, of course, it's on the other side of the mountain, but even this little area I live, there's a couple. They're called Love Hotels, and it sounds odd from a Westerner's point of view, but once you live here, you understand it's essential because it's really hard to find space. So having a little cheap hotel that you can go and enjoy the evening together is kind of necessary. The problem is we have a lot of karaoke or karaoke over here in Japan, of course. And for the teenagers, they tend to use the karaoke booths as their love hotels. So, yeah, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hey, now, Chester, we have hourly hotels here in the States.
Yeah, of course you do. Well, they usually call them motels.
Just for just for that purpose. I mean, I used to go to one when I was younger. That was $22 for 4 hours.
Oh, there you go. There you go. No, me, usually I just kind of go to the girl's place.
How much was it if you only need 10 minutes? Just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Right.
I think that means you just don't get out of the car.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
These places had little garages attached to each room.
Uh-huh.
To hide your car.
Okay, what if you need the extra hour to cry?
Poor Booster.
You pay more.
Goodness gracious. You pay more. Oh. All right. Let's see here. Get out of here with that cultural crap. You guys are assholes. Let me see. You Jazz. They have them in Korea too. Everyone does. Actually, when I lived in Taipei for a while, and Taiwan, and they actually instead of it being the karaoke houses or karaoke houses, they actually have these little movie rooms where you can go and rent and watch a movie. It's like a little cinema just for a small group, and a lot of people use that for the same purpose. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people
Right.
gotta find where you can. Of course, old
Gotta
Ben
get
here,
your gun.
he's got
Especially in
himself
this day and age.
he's got himself 101 acres and a giant house, so he's got plenty of space. I'm thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, we just roam the land, making love where we want.
Oh, good.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, why not, right?
Under the stars.
Actually, one of the worst things, one of those kind of fantasy images, everyone's like, you want to have sex in the water or a pool or some kind of water sex, and dude,
It's awful.
it's awful. That is absolutely
It's
awful.
awful.
Do not do that. The water takes lubrication
much
away.
work.
It is dry and
Yes.
rough, dude. Yeah.
Mariah Carey lied to me then.
They did,
I hate
dude.
sand.
They did, dude. Do not do it. If you haven't yet, don't do it. Stop the dreaming. It's not necessary.
Like making love to a cat's tongue.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Don't want to think about that.
Something like that.
I need that imagery in my head.
Right. I'm going back down to the beginning here, and I'm whiteboxing the Howl comics again. I'll pick up I'll make this pass a little faster. But anyway, Ben. Now I know you got a bunch of projects you're working on. Of course, this is the one you're focusing on. Get this one funded. Your goal is huge, though. $30,000, dude. That is a big goal. You got 10. You got 12 in the bank already, though. But why did you decide to go so huge with it?
Well, so for the 48 pages, for getting the artist I want, the colorist I want, working with Mike Barron,
Sure.
being able to offer I want to offer newsprint and gloss for it, to have multiple options. That's just what we need to print, ship, to film, make it, editorial, everything.
Yeah. And that's cool.
So you had all this figured out ahead of time.
I'm sorry?
So you had all this figured out ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do. I mean, it's just that's our bare minimum number. I'm not making any profit off that. Nobody's really making any profit off of that. Everybody's getting a good page rate and bonuses. But only for the artist and writer. For this one, it's based on my story, but Mike Barron wrote it, and so yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. But yeah, for the $30,000, that's what we need for 48 pages, printed, shipped, fulfilled, everything out the door.
Ah, cool. All right. Well, easily explained. And you're already off to a really good start. And of course, keep in mind, guys, Ben is a publisher. It's a little bit different than those of us who try to run these Indiegogo things out of our left pocket, basically. So he's a little bit
Right.
different situation anyway.
And we paid, so we have 24 of the 48 pages already in the can. And we
That's great.
paid for that because what my goal now is, Ravage was a big learning experience, for every aspect of it, from, for the editorial side to getting it done, to getting to the print file, to modifying the print file, to working out all the just little different issues and then fulfillment issues. And, but we got it all figured out now to the point where on getting everybody their books by 90 days after the campaign's done.
Oh, cool.
Now,
That's
are you
awesome.
planning on putting it in stores?
So and I've been toiling, kind of thinking about that. But Ravage was the first one, and short answer is yes, that's the plan. But I want to have our production more predictable before we go to the LCSs.
The reason why I'm asking is because usually if you're asking for a number that large, besides paying for, artists and somebody that's usually for a huge print run too. So
yeah, I
just wondering if you're doing a
we are
large
pretty
print run or not.
I am true. I mean, I'm only doing about 5,000, but
Okay.
I'm splitting up the covers. So I still have retail covers for Ravage that I plan on releasing online and stuff like that. Because really, once you get up to that number, between like 2,000 to 3,000, it's so it's like it's comical to basically get the extra copies as long as you have a place to store it. It's a lot of boxes. When you take in thousands of issues, as long as if you don't have a storage facility. So I wouldn't recommend anybody in an apartment or anything like that kind of overship. But yeah, that's the plan is hopefully to ship extra, be able to print extra too, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and of
Oh, I
course,
see.
once again, he's thinking 5,000, where a lot of us are thinking 100, 200. It's a different mindset, I'm sure. Lady Celtic Moon has requested, boys, no more sex talk. I do apologize, ma'am. Knock it off, Dillard. I know it's your fault. It's always your fault.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's just disgusting, that man.
Just
Ugh.
disgusting.
Oh, foul!
Yeah, where you're lucky he's not in here this time, Ben, because the last time he was in here, he won with it, by the way, just so you know the degeneracy of our chat. But he came in here and did a bondage of one of the Indiegogo's character, a full-on bondage character. So, yeah. We will not have
Mike
to do
took
that
the
today.
Pro Edition in one as well.
He did, dude. I couldn't believe he had. Mike must have been in knots, dude. That's funny. It is, but it is what it is. Because I don't know if you know the format over here, Ben, but the winner of this show actually gets to go on to the Pro Edition next week. That's how we do it.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I missed that part. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and I just saw Edwin in here a little bit. I don't know if he's still listening, but basically, Edwin is our kind of contact point. And after the show, whoever wins, I'll take their information and their piece and drop it on Edwin, and he'll take care of getting them on the show. But yeah, we're doing that from the beginning. And it's been really cool. And actually, we've had several of our winners here go over to the Pro Edition and win.
That's
so
awesome.
We're very
Yeah.
proud of that. Yeah. I don't know if Mike likes it very much. He kind of complains when it happens.
I'm sure he loves it.
No,
doesn't
actually,
sound
he
like it.
doesn't, dude. he doesn't at all.
Well, haters are going to hate.
Yeah. Because one time he felt that somehow some of our people were doing some kind of sock puppet thing like that and overvoting or something like that, which I don't really think happened. But he was like,
That was
"Jester, you
me.
better knock it off." And I'm like, "All right, fine, Mike. Sorry,
just can't
Mike.
handle
Please
our
apologize,
power.
Mike." I guess.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't get on the other side for making accusations about a shred of evidence, and you do the same thing.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. But he's Mike Miller, so sorry. I love you, Mike. We will be good boys and girls over here. So I love you, Mike. Please look on me
It's his
favorably,
channel.
sir.
Of course.
Yeah. But
They probably thought.
Yeah, it is what it is. But moving on here, Rabbit, you are being white box. But no, no, of course we love Mike. He's been really cool about involving us in his show and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, the good thing for the artist here is not only because we have a fair group of people come in and watch this show. We appreciate you guys, but whereas we get anywhere between 50 and 90 people in here at a time watching, Mike will have hundreds
I
of
know.
people. So it's a much bigger exposure for the artist. It's a good chance. And I don't know if any of you guys have had the opportunity, but I do know that they do the Friday night auctions as
I love
well.
those.
And now, did you have a chance to get any of your Pro Edition Drawn and Quartered stuff on the auction, Brad?
Yeah, we do Galactus.
You did Galactus, see. So there's another opportunity to make money right there as well. Whereas we're not certainly making any money for anyone particularly. But hopefully we're making money for Ben. But getting over on the Pro Edition does help the artist out, I think. So it's a really good relationship. So we
Seems
don't
like a good.
We don't want to ruin that.
we
We
don't
love
want
you,
to upset
Mike.
Mike. Yeah, let's not upset Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sounds like a
Love
good
you,
way to
long
scout
time.
some talent.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, sounds like a good way to scout some talent if you're looking for an Indiegogo camp. If you're looking for an artist for an Indiegogo campaign or
that's-
anything else.
That's our intention, dude. That's the whole point. We put together such a huge stable of amazing artists over here, and we know things have come out of it. People have gotten opportunities. They've communicated with each other through this show, and we're very proud of that. But that's the point. We want to spread the love, man. Look at the talent. Look at what's being put in front of you. If you're a writer or a publisher and you want to get some people to work on your project, well, look at what you got here, man. There's some great talent sitting
Yeah.
here, and I do know that most of these guys can do sequentials as well. So it is what it is. Is any of you
Right.
here
I
today?
get asked that a lot.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're right. I get asked it a lot. How do you find an artist? I mean, just look at all this talent. It's a,
Yep,
it's a
that's
great
right.
community. You can really and pick your style. You can find the
right.
partner you want to that works with what you want to do.
Now, can all of you guys here do sequentials?
Nope.
Yes.
So, yep.
I've
Yeah.
done them.
I like
In
to
fact,
think I
I'm
can.
starting to. Yeah. In fact, I'm starting to post some sequentials I've done in the past on my Twitter.
Oh, okay. And Brad, what are you saying? Nope. I know you can do sequentials. What are you talking about?
Just playing, dude.
Geez, Brad, you got a comic coming out. I mean,
Yeah,
how
I
can you
know.
not do sequentials?
Yeah.
I fake it.
Hey, there are plenty of people who put comics out and do bad
Why does this
sequentials.
find a house?
This is true.
Sadly.
This is true. But actually, Brad does really good sequentials. Actually, I like his stuff. And we've seen a lot of people come over here with that, and maybe that's the real difference. I think we have a lot of people come over we know can do the portrait shot as we're seeing right in front of us, but maybe they don't have a lot of sequential stuff. Whereas the pros are obviously all of them have sequential experience. But and Dillard is continuing. Poor Mike. I do not take Bitcoin. Mike was going on about Bitcoin the other day. Everybody was giving him a hard time. Oh well. But what do you think about these kind of things that are going on in the community like this, Ben? People coming together and creating these communities of talent.
I love it. I think that's what it's meant to be. I mean, I think it's amazing. I mean, even 20 years ago, 10 years ago, really, a lot of these communities wouldn't have formed or couldn't have formed. You wouldn't have the ability to. It would seem like such a even more daunting task to try to get your stuff made independently. And now we're all kind of we're learning it all in a way. We're learning it as we go, but we're also depending on trailblazers like Peter Samedi and what he's doing with newsprint and I just think that it's just a great time to create and want to create.
Yeah, and I think you're part of that as well, Ben, because we've had a lot of people over here who have been talking for months and months and months about, I'm going to start a company, we're going to do our own thing, and they're great. The only one I've really seen come up and actually doing something is you.
Thanks, man.
Because Peter's been established for quite a while. We love Peter, but no, I think you're actually absolutely part of that comment, the Trailblazers, and of course, we've had several things. I kind of think, unfortunately, the way things went, it got itself a little kind of turned in knots there for a little bit, but in general, the people who are doing the work are still doing what we're doing here. One of the things I thought was very unfortunate was with Richard Meyer over at Diversity Comics, because the
Yeah.
dude was a trailblazer. He most certainly he is.
Still.
He
Yeah.
still is. But he had no desire to take the leadership at all. He totally balked at the idea of being in the leadership role, and he explained why. And I get it. I'm not blaming
Yeah.
him, but I really think it would have been better if he had been in that diversity position, because he is a much more centrally minded person. He can see both sides of an argument. I think he would have been a good leader for the community, but it is what it is, and we are where we are. But I don't want to get into the politics of things, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Richard's awesome. I mean, he
He
can, he could really want to, whatever he wanted to do, really. But for myself, man, for Richard, I don't blame him at all. I think the biggest thing that he's doing to lead right now is that he's putting his name on the line, his butt on the line for this whole lawsuit with Wade.
He is. That's
If
true.
he wins, and he will, I believe it wholeheartedly. But when he wins, it's going to be it's going to be one of those cases, I believe, that's going to be down as one of the turning points in, I mean, just look at now we're having conversations. They're talking about legislating Facebook and Twitter and stuff, because people were blacklisted. People were, based on bias, were kept out of the marketplace, just like
because they have that clause in the Communication Act where they're supposed to be
right.
Town square clause, or whatever it's called. Yeah. And they violated that rule, so
right.
That's why they're scared shitless.
Right. Now, Marvel Comics, going after a veteran, or Mark Waid using the weight of Marvel Comics to go after a war hero, that's pretty. It's terrible. Yeah, it's just dirty, disgusting. But it's not going to be as publicized as like Twitter, going down or something like that. But it's a big case, I believe, and it's going to be I don't know. I plan on flying down there if I can. It's going to be great day when we find out what will happen.
Sure.
Out of that.
I have a feeling a lot of that's going to end up falling on CB Cebulski's head, because when CB came in, at that time, Mark was kind of on the outs. It wasn't like super public knowledge, but he was kind of on the outs because Mark Waid, everyone knows the guy can't control himself. He just spouts off like he's got Tourette's or something, and he does silly, stupid things all the time. He just can't control his emotion. He's a little child. And they call him a baby anyway behind the scenes, right? And what CB's mistake was, he gave him another chance. And that's going to come back on him. Because he shouldn't have, because he was pretty much blacklisted himself from Marvel at the time, and CB's the one that pulled him back in, and I don't know why he did that. I understand, yes, of course he did the Kingdom Come. Oh, okay, but everyone knows that that was mainly because of Alex Ross that was so popular. But this was a mistake from CB, and Mark Waid just can't control himself. And by putting him in that position and bringing him back, you have put Marvel in harm's way, is what he did. So
Yeah, that was a really brand damager.
It was, and I know CB's regretting it.
Yeah. Well, I hope more of a national news, pick up Richard's story. I hope once the lawsuit, kind of shakes out, they'll get more attention.
Well, I have a feeling it will, because in this community, I'm not gonna name names, but we do have some people in this community who do have connection to people like Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not going to say who's who. I don't want to put them in a situation, but they have connection. And these things will be dropped on those shows. And when those shows are on it, Tucker Carlson is friendly with these guys, and he'll pick that up. And once Tucker picks it up, it will become a topic, right?
Yes, and I think it deserves to be. I mean, that's a pretty big deal,
Yeah, I think so too. But enough politics, I guess. But it is. an unbelievable
Yeah.
situation, man, that they could do something like that. It was, and really, I'm in a way happy that Antarctic Press has not had to pay so heavily for it. I understand why they did what they did, and because people could have easily had just turned on them and just burned them to the ground, but that didn't happen. So I'm glad it worked
Right.
out that way.
Yeah, and Richard understood. He said the same thing. He's like, I understood. This wave. I mean, it's crazy, man. I've had it happen to me. I had to call the police, and we had the FBI involved from death threats from these weirdo. Last year, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I agree. And we usually don't talk about this stuff too much over here. You don't know how difficult it is for me not to talk about, since I have so many little birdies in my ear, and I know about everything that's happening behind the scenes. For me not to talk
Yeah.
about that stuff, but I'm a good boy, and I don't get into it. We keep this over here, politics free, and we have fun with comics and supporting
Yeah.
Indiegogo, or the indie revival. That's what we do. And we're going to keep doing that. Trust me, I'm not going to dive into any of this crap, guys. But I agree 100% with the Mark Wade, Richard Meyer thing. I hope it turns out well. And if you do go down there, it'd be nice if you come on here and give us a little bit of commentary on what you see.
Yeah, absolutely. I plan on going as long as there's space. As long as what I mean. Richard's cool with it.
Yeah.
Man, these are looking great.
Yeah, they're just
There we
killer,
are.
dude. I told you have a lineup today, brother.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a question though for Ghost. Now,
Yo.
Ghost and Henry here. Let me understand where everyone is first, real quick. Now, I know that the Howl Comics. Where in the world are you, dude?
I'm in LA, pretty much.
Oh, I do
Typhus
apologize.
Central.
That's too bad. And Shinobi, whereabouts are you?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, nice place. I used to do a lot of hunting down there. And Rabbit, where are you from, dude?
Are you trying to dox me, bro?
No, dude, just in general. I
Trying to dox
don't
me,
want
man?
your address. I just
Trying
want to
to
know:
dox
are
me,
you in
man?
America?
Yes.
Are you in Canada? Right?
Yeah.
No,
I
I
think
know
that
how you
only
feel
works
about
if you give your.
Canada.
I think that only works if you give your name.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Rabbit's in Canada. Okay, we won't
No.
hold that against you.
Just outside of Canada. It's Buffalo, New York.
Oh, Buffalo. Okay. Yeah, Buffalo's a nice place actually. Eric, whereabouts in the
you've
world
never
are you,
been here.
dude?
I am. Well, I live in Illinois, but I'm basically right across the river from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. How about you, Caesar?
Florida.
Florida. All right. What about you, Brad?
Utah.
Utah. And Booster?
New Zealand.
And Ben, I'm assuming Tennessee, maybe?
Florida Georgia line.
Oh, okay. Well, it's close. And I'm, of course, in Japan, but I'm originally from Rhode Island, New England area. Because everyone here is kind of like in the North America type area, except for Booster, but we don't care about him anyway.
I like Booster.
I know
wanna go to
you
New
like
Zealand.
Booster, but Ghost, because Ghost is in Brazil. So Ghost, I got a
Yes.
question for you, dude. What does the artistic community look like down in Brazil?
I actually
Brazilian.
don't know.
You don't know. You live there.
I don't know. Yes, but I don't know any other artists.
Oh, that's too bad.
Huh.
Well, I mean, I've run across a lot of Brazilian comic artists. It seems to me like it's pretty huge. There's a lot of Brazilian talent. I've hired Brazilian colorists to work on my stuff. I think it's a thriving community. Actually, it's quite a bit of talent that comes out of there.
Yeah, I know it is, but I just don't know anyone
I see.
in person.
Well, it's
You know who's
okay.
a really big growing comics book community is Spain.
really.
Yeah.
I've been hearing.
Yeah. Well, I know
one of my
Italy has
favorite-
been doing this stuff. Of course, France has an enormous comic book industry in and of itself. And of course, we've had artists on here from Argentina as well. But what about you, Ben? You mentioned your artist is from Europe. You work with artists from all over the world, yeah?
Good for brushes.
I do, yeah. He's from so Jordy is from Barcelona. Jimbo is from the Philippines. Yeah, we're all over the place. We have artists in Brazil, Italy. We've
Yeah.
worked with some artists in Italy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on another side of hobby stuff, over the past 12, 13 years, I do a lot with board gaming stuff on Kickstarter, and that whole world is, of course, in a beautiful golden age is going on for them. But a lot of the art, which I mean, just insane art. I mean, I'm talking art level, not illustration, but actually painting level artists are coming out of Italy. Italy is dominating the board gaming world right now with art, dude. I mean, just insane levels of art, man.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Yeah, well, no, right? But I mean, it's different than what we're doing. It's not illustration or sequential. It's just straight up painting, artistic painting. But it's really, really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I mean. It doesn't really shock me.
Yeah. Oh, but John is complaining again because I'm talking about something. I think, John, you'd just be happy if I just shut up, huh? Wouldn't that would make your day? Just shut up, Chester. Is that what you want? Okay.
That's what he wants. Don't give it to him.
I
Apparently,
won't give it to him. I shall never shut up, sir. This is a radio show, John, and he says I got to get some elbow pads for all these bows and I'm dropping. I don't
It's
know what you
bows.
mean, but I would think you'd be more like Booster and need the knee pads.
Ooh.
uh-oh.
You
Uh,
you leave my off-hour works out of this.
I shall. I shall. Well, we do talk about comedically how once a year for about a week, Booster has a job and he weighs tomatoes. But we don't talk much about his part-time job, do we?
Uh, uh, No.
He's speechless.
But yeah, I don't know if you knew this, Ben, but Booster here is a once a year professional tomato weigher, and we are not joking at all.
Hey, I mean, how many tomatoes are we talking?
We're talking truckloads of tomatoes.
Truckloads, tons, thousands, tens of
Interesting.
thousands of tons of tomatoes.
That's a lot of work, man.
I know.
Tomatoes.
It's tough work.
Yeah.
Same thing. Get out of
No,
here.
not really, Ben. He sits in a booth as other people put them on the weighing, and he just looks at a number and writes it down on a piece of paper. That's all he does.
Mhm.
I gotcha.
It's tough work.
Yeah.
Tough work, bro. I got to struggle to stay awake.
You're right. But the thing is,
That can be tough.
the length of time he does it was what gets me. I mean, how long do you? How many weeks of a year do you work?
2 months.
2 months. Okay, so he works 2 months a year, weighing tomatoes, and that's it.
That's great. That sounds like a good life. I'd do that if I could.
It's a good life. Yeah.
It's a good life.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm telling him though, because he does comedic art here, which he'll show you in a little bit when it's done. But the thing is, he actually has talent, even though he keeps trying to make it jokey. And I keep telling him, dude, every day you should spend a couple hours, because he's got the time, a couple hours a day drawing every day, because he's a young man, and I think he's got talent. I think he should put the time in. Well, dude, you should.
There's
I agree.
that like challenges, artistic challenges, like 128 day,
Cleanse.
you draw something every day and you do it together as a group.
Oh, really? Tell me more about that.
I just heard that that there's some groups online, some comic artist groups and stuff. If you look up on the group section, and they all a bunch of artists get together and you say, okay, we're gonna do every day you're gonna do hands. This day you're gonna do hands. This day you're gonna do feet. This day we're all gonna do it together and critique each other. And then at the end of the year, the end of the time period,
I can confirm that.
No, that's cool. I know they do like Inktober. I know that's a big thing too. And as far as hands and feet and tutorials and stuff like that, John Diller, I mean, I picking on John, but John is an amazing artist, and he has some really good tutorials on his channel as well. Go ahead and complain about that, John. Go for it.
Ooh.
He will.
He will. He will. He'll throw himself under the bus for sure.
He's so dang negative.
He is. He is the troll. See, we got two major trolls that come in here, Ben. In particular, we have Joshua Hughes, who is the sock puppet king. But Joshua is the gentle, kinder type of troll. John Dillard is the one who will do his best to
Yeah.
chop off pieces of your body as he leaves.
Woo.
Yeah.
Or any
He's a
of the
bully. I don't like him. Bullies me, man.
But he does. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going back over to the beginning here. But Brad, we have been white boxing you for a while, dude. That is just a killer piece, man. Really, really, Brad.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Now, I'm assuming, I'm not sure what you're going to do, but we have the kind of scritchy type of lines outline here. Are you going to leave it like that, or are you going to give us a more bold or clean outline on those?
No, I was going to leave it sketchy. I like the energy with it, so.
Oh, cool. There you
I mean,
go.
I'm still playing with digital, so. Yeah.
It is a
Yeah,
strong
I'm not too
piece, though,
sure.
dude. Yeah, I like it.
It's interesting, that's for sure.
It is.
So.
Back over on you, Howell. Howell, you are bringing it today, dude. You're not playing around.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having fun. This is a fun one.
Imagine this is the last image you see before you die.
Or don't see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love the lizard man coming in. Just to let you guys know, you do have 45 minutes left. 45 minutes left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that much?
That much. Yeah, plenty of stuff. Well,
Yeah.
sure, if El Rodimus was in here, he'd be on his 13th piece by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
true. He's a quick boy.
He is.
That's what
You
the
ever seen
ladies
El
say.
Rodimus, Ben?
I don't think so.
Yeah, really solid artist, but he's really good at. You know what I think he would be great at is taking him on as part of a layout team, where you're trying to concept things or you're trying to do storyboards and stuff. I think he would be perfect for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's important.
it is.
I
Yeah.
mean, to get all those different perspectives.
Well, over here we've on Fanspeak we've been lucky to interview a lot of people since we started the channel, and it's surprising to me how many people we've had on this show that are in here, of course, promoting their books. They're doing Indiegogos, but a lot of them coming from Hollywood, work storyboarders and stuff like that. We've had a lot of people come on where I was like, oh, this looks like a cool project, and then I found out, oh my God, this person's been on this movie, that movie. It's really interesting how many comic book people, illustrators, end up on storyboarding in Hollywood. It's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. And everybody has, people have great ideas. It's just about getting it
Out there.
made.
Yeah,
getting it out there.
and other places too. Like this morning, we had Preston Poulter on the panel, which I'm very happy to have him because we've had him a couple times talking about his White Lily book or his other Guinevere book. But Preston, he's another person because he makes movies. He's a movie maker. He makes small indie stuff, but I mean, he's a movie maker, and he has a lot of those interesting stories. Of course, we've had James Huddle in here as well, and he's had a lot of really interesting stories as far as behind the scenes with Hollywood and stuff. It's surprising to me how many of these people actually have contact with the Hollywood side of the movie side of it. I didn't expect that when I started doing it.
Yeah, I was signed with Shoreline Entertainment years ago, and I worked on some stuff, and but you always had that passion. You have those ideas for indie films that could have been, or scripts you wanted to get done. And what's awesome with comics is that it's within you could get your ideas made. It's within the realm of possibility. You could crowdfund the project and get it done, and it's pretty fun.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Our Uncanny Kodiak says, I'm not afraid to say it. Dillard is a puppy dog at heat. You get in good with him, you're in for a lot of interesting art and skill. John is a very skilled artist. This is for sure. Mortal V says, here's your 10-minute reminder to back Offworld or become Ben Henderson's game in the Florida Everglades. Uh-oh.
Possible. It is possible.
It is possible. Now, of course, we're focusing on Offworlder here today, but you do have other projects going on. You have of course, the Florida Man with Mike Barron and Todd Mulrooney. What other projects you got going on right now?
Indeed, Florida Man. That's going to be released pretty soon. That's Mike and Todd's baby, and I suspect it's based on me. I
Okay.
suspect that.
Okay.
But one character is that they said, but it's hilarious. It's funny. Mike Barron's actually written a whole novel to go along with the graphic novel, the comic series. So
Sweet.
that'll be soon. Jimbo is already well on his way with all of the rest of Ravage. The rest being 4 more issues, so that'll be 5 total, 120 pages. Right after Offworlder, we will be launching, not right after, but as soon as we finish fulfillment for Offworlder, we will be launching Ravage, the complete saga. And that'll be, by, the amazing Chuck Dixon, Jim O'Brien, the original Ravage team. Then we have another book that we can launch called The Wraith. It's the nemesis for the Offworlder. He's a cosmic entity himself, hell bent on saving the woman he loves no matter the cost. And then we have another project that I'll be announcing pretty soon. It is my first kid series. So it'll be for kids 8 to 15, that kind of age. It's action packed. And we're making a toy line to go along with it.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Well, I've noticed that you don't, you guys have got a lot of cool comics, but you haven't thrown out any superhero focused stuff yet. Maybe I'll have to throw a script at you and see if you like it, because I'd like to see you guys do a superhero thing too, dude.
Yeah. Mine are, let me think if there's any. Yeah, I would too, but I guess for my scripts, they're more kind of like, on the sci-fi adventure kind of bent. You know what I mean? Now, I do have horror scripts that go along in this universe. A lot of action, kind of stuff. But yeah, man, we should talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you guys got to do a lot of things, and you're trying to expand. Obviously, you got Mike with you, you got Chuck with you, you got yourself, you get a stable of artists built up. It's cool, and I really hope that in the future, Cautionary becomes a true indie publisher with a big stable of artists and workers, and things come out every month. I would love to see that happen for you, dude.
Thanks, man. It would be fun. It would be a lot of fun. I'd like to view it as like an artist collective.
Yeah.
Let's just all kind of work on it together. Edwin's working with us now.
Yep.
He's writing. It's amazing. Not just creative. Amazing talent. We're working. We're writing a war story together, but also on the project management side, on the customer service side, we are looking to bring in other creatives, that have, it doesn't have to be, they can have their own imprints if they want. The sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. Well, kind of something like Image was trying to do when they first came out.
Yeah.
Of course, they went completely sideways, but the idea was good when it came out, for sure.
It was good. And I like the idea, not to own anybody's IP, to take all their babies away or anything like that, to be predatory like that, but to really be a springboard and to help people, while you're helping the brand, but you're also helping the artists and the creative team, and that's really what Alterna is doing too. They're
that's true. But the problem with Peter is he's backed up to 2021, dude. Peter's backed up, and that's great. Right. That is awesome. But no, I definitely think with all this talent sitting around here, we should definitely try to focus it into some, into a focused energy, and try to make a thing.
I agree. That's why I wanted to brand it and call it something, and work with the creatives that I want to work with. Because now's the time, with all the streaming services, new people are going to soon be demanding augmented reality and virtual reality content and the streaming content. It's a great time to get your IP out there now if you can. I have a lot of people that I went to art school with and worked in Hollywood with and stuff, and they're like, I have my secret projects and I'm working on it, and it's going to be the best thing. It's the same thing you've been working on for 25 years. Get it. Right. Let's get it out there. Try. Swing for the fences, and it might not work, but then try the next thing. That's the great thing about crowdfunding, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. Pixel Trader here has a comment. He says, my super big book is on the back burner till Critical Snail is done. Well, dude, I want to see Space Hamster. That's what I want. So, dude, have you guys seen his art for this Space Hamster thing? The hamster that runs a mech?
I don't think I have.
Dude, it's freaking killer, man.
Space Snail, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, the snail things.
That sounds cool, though.
No, it is. Actually, Pixel's got some really good stuff. He's just so damn shy, you know. That I am his voice, it seems, from time to time. Me or
I
Dr. Wright or
understand.
somebody else, you know.
Yeah,
But he's got a couple of
he's
really
awesome.
cool things, actually. Yeah. But let me see.
He's
Continuing
got the
here.
cover crashers going right now, right?
He does. He does have that. But that's a bit of a kind of a jokey troll thing he's doing, which is fun.
Well, yeah, but they're pretty cool looking. They're
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
They are funny.
They are funny, and actually, there's another thing that is going on a little bit behind the scenes. You guys know Turtle Rabbit Fox. He does the hashtag DNQ draw along. By the way, I'll mention it again. If you guys are drawing along with us, which I hope you are, make sure you drop that on hashtag DNQFE, hashtag DNQFE. But of course, Turtle Rabbit Fox does those kind of things, and I made a joke on one of these fan editions here about we should do like a mad comic or something like that. And he took 100% to it. So we're actually talking to a few other people, I guess he's talking to behind the scenes to actually do it.
Awesome.
And yeah, just for fun.
That'd
And
be cool.
we talked to
That's
Pixel
fun.
about dropping it with his project he has going on. So that
nice.
would be fun, I think.
That sounds
I
cool,
love
man.
Turtle Rabbit.
Yeah, no, he's cool, dude. He's got a great style. Yeah. Let me see. Let me continue with the chat here. Let me see. All the recommended videos are the creepy little kid videos. Time to go on another
Yeah.
not interested spree. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but YouTube does put
It's
us up
very
against
strange.
those. I think it's because I'm in Japan and the word comic is showed up in my taglines all the time. I think that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Pixel reckons it's because your category is people and blogs, and we should switch that to entertainment.
I
Yes.
could do
Ah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't know. But there are a bunch of weird little kids talking about. But they're cute though.
We
I mean,
disavow. We
uh,
disavow the weird kid videos.
yeah, but they are cute. They're
Children's
just-
YouTube is one of the strangest things. Chester, do not do a deep dive on that. It is so strange.
Well,
Don't go
I mean,
down that
these
rabbit
are.
hole.
But here's the thing, guys.
Yeah.
When those little kid videos, Japanese kid videos come up, I can understand what they're saying, right? And they're basically talking about candy and things like that. They're not. It's nothing weird, actually. But it is.
Okay.
I get it. Yeah. Let me see here. Uncanny Kodiak says, I used to hate when Dillard showed up in the chat. He'd be like, "Here's the truth about how you suck," and I was like, "Damn, he's right. I should fix that shite." Okay, good on you, Kodiak. Well, Uncanny. Now, we had Uncanny in here drawing before, too. I wish he'd come back. John says, Chester, I have a story to pitch to Ben. Uh-oh. A story about a boy, a girl, and a Canadian buckler. He's never going to let that go, Booster. He's never going to let that go, dude. It is what it is. But John Tedester says, hey, I could get behind a creator-based imprint system. I think we all could, dude. And like I said, look at the talent sitting in front of you, man. I mean, look at it, you know. Let me continue. Pixel says, Chester, the hamster is part of Critical Sale. I know, dude. I just want more hamster, less snail. That's all. I think the hamster's cool. I love the hamster. I wish he would show some of those things he showed me behind the scenes, because those are killer, dude.
I think I'm snail.
I'm sorry, what?
I think I'm Team Snail. I want his snaily comic.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, it's going to be really cool. I like what he's doing. Pixel is surprisingly skilled, actually. H4ME teams up with Snaily, hashtag Crash Covers, will help pay for Critical Snail. I get it. Yeah, I know what you're doing, dude, and I hope it's successful. Butcher says, make sure to put your art on the Twitter with hashtag DNQFE. Don't at it, please, because if you add it, Booster will get quite irate and say naughty words. Pixel continues. He says, there is nothing cute about the children of the corn, Chester. I Jordan says, disavow Chester. All right, thank you. Mortal V says, I remember when Mike would link to some Peppa Pig stuff.
Oh, jeez.
My youngest loved Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig, yeah.
Hey, Pepper Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Oh, goodness. John Tedester says, you don't understand. It keeps the kid part, but gets rid of the Japanese part, so we get weird stuff. Oh, I see. I don't know. I don't really. I just kind of click off of it, but I guess Pixel's probably right. He knows a lot about this stuff than I do. Of course, you guys know Pixel's the one that helped me set the channel up, right? So I guess I should just switch over to entertainment. I just kept it to people and blogs because that's what YouTube had suggested. That's what I do, so that's where it should be. But I can change the category for sure. I don't know if it'll affect the notifications, though, curiously. But anyway, that's caught up. The chat is caught up. And of course, we've been looking here. Eric, man, could you back that up a little bit? You've been white boxed for a little bit here. Jesus, dude.
You like it?
I love it, dude. All of you are really killing it today. This good stuff, man.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I like yours. And I love how each of the ones seem to be of a different age. Some of them are old, some of them are younger.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, everybody's doing great tonight. I really like them.
Oh, yeah. We do have a really good group of
Well,
artists.
now it's time to ruin that because I finished mine.
Here it is, guys.
Okay,
Now,
hold on.
I have a prediction for this. It's going to be Marilyn
It's
Monroe
Ezra.
in a kilt with
It's
Ezra's head.
Ezra.
Yeah, I think so. Now, okay, guys, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to white box Booster. I would shield your eyes, just a warning. Shield your eyes. Take it a little by little, like coming in from the dark to the light. That's kind of the way you have to deal with Booster. But here we go. I'm coming over. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh my God.
Ezra.
Oh.
Of course, it's Ezra.
Oh my God.
I found it was quite hard to actually do a kilt, but with the patterns and everything. But there you go, boys.
Perfectly.
The kilt is so liberating from the patriarchy. So Ben, what do you think of your character in this position?
I think it reminds me a lot of Ezra, the Flash.
Yeah.
And Marilyn Monroe, or her classic design. And I think it's a winner.
Yeah, and the hairy legs just set it off, I think. Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah.
Next level.
Is it good enough for a variant cover?
Yeah. I'm willing to discuss rates anytime you're ready.
All right.
What rating does this comic have again?
What was that?
What rating does this comic have again?
It's probably.
We can put mature. This was family. Yeah, this was family. Ravage was actually a mature rating.
Oh, was it? I think this right here should become a decal. That's what I think this should be. A decal. Have someone have one of the pros we got in here throw some color on it. I think it'd be hilarious.
Good air freshener.
And it's perfect. Hanging from your dashboard. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Great idea.
All right, I'm moving off of that because it's causing me brain problems. Back on to you, Caesar. You are White Box Caesar, just so you know. Look at that too, dude.
Caesar, that looks awesome.
Yeah, it does,
Thanks,
man. You guys have about 30 minutes, by the way. Less than 30 minutes, actually. Awesome. It is breathtaking, dude. And you are breathtaking. And you are breathtaking. And you are breathtaking.
Oh, God, he's challenging Oprah.
No, I'm challenging Keanu Reeves, baby. Yeah, I know that.
Oh, yeah, right,
yeah. Yeah, I don't want no Oprah. I don't want no Oprah inside of me. Booster probably does, but not me.
I don't know, man. That means getting some of her money, maybe.
Dude, that's the difference, Brad. I have principles, you see.
I don't know, man.
Standards, eh?
I do.
Because you got older and got them doesn't mean you didn't have them when you were younger.
This is fair point. This is a fair point. Yes. But Metz over here says, "Oh yeah, get Kyle Ritter on that." Yeah, he might actually, just for fun. Chester says, "Excuse me, not Chester. Chester says, 30 more seconds, and I will add color to it." There you go. Awesome.
Great.
Adrian says, "El freaking guapo for the freaking win." Yeah, no, Caesar, you are killing it today. I mean, all of you are. It's some really good stuff today, guys.
Yeah, it just. Thank you. I mean, it's just great to see. I love all of them.
Yep. No, they are beautiful. And actually, yeah, we see a lot of good art from these guys, of course, always. But they seem to be a little bit inspired by this character. I don't know if it's the William Wallace effect or something's going on here, but
Right.
it is.
He
Well,
Braveheart was a good movie.
it was a good movie. Most Mel Gibson movies
Never
are.
seen it.
Now, I noticed from the coloring, Ben, that you had the McMahon tartan colors on him. Is this intentional?
No, I actually was going when I sent the description. I was actually going for the ancient gun tartan.
I see.
So,
I
which was
see.
had a more of a brown than a green of the Henderson, but it still reminded me with the green, and the yellow in it, kind of like my tartan.
Oh, I
So
see. I
it's
see.
kind of a
Well,
hybrid.
it does have that green instead of the black. I'm back over here looking at it just real quick. Yeah, I do see that green strip. It's not black. It is green. Okay, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, because actually
Good eye for detail. Is it?
well, I mean, I kind of tartan things. I kind of understand the history of it, but my
Yeah.
family actually's tartan has purple in it. Actually,
Wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
What surname? What family? Or what
Busby,
clan?
Busby,
Busby. Right on.
yeah,
Right on.
Strathclyde
Oh,
Crans, yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, well, I guess it was awesome until about 1657, where the damn King James betrayed all the Strathclyde clans and made them illegal, and they spread out across the world. Of course, that's how
That,
my family came to
yeah,
America, I guess. So,
yeah, me too. That was our family too. Right.
yeah, that bastard. But
Chester seemed a little bitter.
well, I mean, come on, dude. I mean,
Well,
that's
he's old enough to remember it, so
he,
Hey,
yeah,
get
right.
over it.
Holding a
Well, no,
grudge.
he uses the Strathclyde tribes or clans to take the throne of London, therefore the throne of Britain, and then he turns around and makes them illegal so he has no one to threaten him. What a jackass!
Mm.
Yeah.
You know,
sounds like most politicians.
I
You
guess.
would do the same thing if you were in his position.
No, I wouldn't. He's supposed to
Oh,
be a
yes, you would.
Scottish king. He's supposed to be a good one, not like those damn Anglo-Saxons. God,
Exactly.
yeah.
See, Offworlder would be a great king. He's not gonna, he's not a king, but he'd be a.
Well, not yet.
You never know.
You never
You never
know.
know.
Yeah, but I better watch it because
And that is another story.
that is yeah, right. I have a friend who is from the Gun Clan. Adrian says, "Cool."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, the Scottish and Strathclyde clans are well, they're clans, right? So technically, we're all related. Any Busby I meet in the world is related to me in one way or another, right? Same with him.
No, I meant what are friends?
What are friends?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
What are those?
Oh goodness.
Oh, boy.
Brad, you
Who
are a white
was
box
that?
dude.
Cool.
Yeah. Now it seems, Ben, that you have. We do have about 20 minutes, guys, left. About 25 minutes. Sorry, 24 minutes. Now you do seem to be a person who's interested in history, Ben, and you you understand your genealogy a bit. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your ancestor, who this character is based upon?
Yeah, absolutely. So the legend has it, big Henry Gunn that
from Florida.
several stories about him, but so one of the legends is that and this is PG-13 plus, right? It's a little gory.
Yeah.
But what had happened was he was the youngest son, older Pict king, which there's many different kingdoms in Pictland, as the
Sure.
and he was one of the sons. So there was a bigger clan that they were having beef with, and they stole the woman he loved. And he went up to his father and said, "Hey, we got to go fight for her." And he's like, "Oh well, son, princess, you can find somebody else." So he ended up taking several of his buddies, like 7 or 8 of just his friend, and he raided their village and just wrecked shop, and people while they slept, tearing everybody up, and got his wife back, got his woman back. And then he broke away from his family, his group of guns, and that's where my group of Hendersons descended from. There's actually 9 different Hendersons. I'm technically related to lots of different Hendersons, but there's technically different versions of Henderson.
Oh, of course, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But,
And I don't know if you know this for the Strathclyde clans or tribes. The Strathclydes actually, they used to have a special guard that they'd put together in their kind of joint defense of their lands, long time ago, and they were actually
Scotch
called
guard.
they were called the Black Guard. And of course, the Strathclyde Guard still exists today. Matter of fact, they're over in Buckingham Palace with those big old giant hats called Busbies.
Oh, that's awesome! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So there you go. But actually, my family is originally from Norway, but they came over with the pre-Roman migrations, not the later Danehold stuff. So
Awesome.
yeah, I guess I just had a bunch of people brain farting on me. I do apologize. But where's your family from originally? You guys know? Ben and I are from Scotland Strathclyde people. What about you? The Howl comics. Where's your family's heredity or ancestry coming from, dude?
I come from half Cuban, half Mexican
Hmm.
background. I was raised with my Cuban side though, mostly.
I
But my
see.
dad's in Texas. Like I'm gonna see him in October. He's a cool guy. Um, let's see. He's been in Texas since the Alamo, or his family has. So
Oh wow.
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, I
So
recently did one of those 23andMe's too. It's interesting.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Not too long ago. It is fun.
do you know anything about your family going back to Spain then, or Portugal?
No,
Probably Spain though.
from the 23andMe, according to that,
Yeah.
it was like the Celtic Spaniards, you know.
Sure. Sure. Oh, cool.
Right.
So
All right.
that was what I was 60% of.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're all most of us are some Celt or another. My family, my mom's family are Irish, so they don't like being called Celts, but whatever. But Shinobi, what about you, man? Where's your ancestry, dude?
Well, being African American, there isn't really. I'm still piecing a lot of that together, but
Mhm.
Really? You sound like a white guy.
No, he just sounds like an American. Is what
I
he
get
sounds
that a
like.
lot. Even
No, I mean
I
seriously.
get that a lot. Well, I get that a lot in real life. Guess because I don't talk like a stereotypical black guy.
Yep.
And if you were to see me, I've been a bit confused for Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
So I probably
I
have to
see.
slow Caesar there down to say I don't speak Spanish.
I see. Well, there are a lot of services these days that are trying to help
You have
the
to say
African
it in
Americans
Spanish.
find their lineage, right?
You
Yeah,
should
my
say it in
sister's been telling me about them.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You should definitely look into it sometime. It's a lot of fun, actually. Genealogy is fun. How about you, Rabbit? What's your ancestry, dude?
Oh, you trying to dox me, bro?
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
I'm known for that. I am
No,
biased,
my family's from Spain.
Okay, there you go. Awesome.
Mhm.
Some more Spanish Celts. Mortal V says, my friend from Portugal would facepalm at this, but he incidentally thought me a curse word from our gaming session. He incidentally taught me a curse word from our gaming session. Well, I don't know if we need to know what that is. Ghost, now, of course, we know you're Brazil, but what's your ancestry, dude?
Portugal and Spain.
Portugal and Spain. So you got
Woo.
a mix of both of the
Yes.
South American things going on. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
South American.
Well, he's in. I'm talking about ancestry. I'm not talking about nationality. How about you, Eric?
Well, it's Hawkins and Nunley. Nunley is Welsh. They traced my family back, my mom's side, all the way back to Wales in the 1600s. My dad's family, I'm going to guess England, but I really have no idea. We can't get past his great grandfather.
Oh wow. Okay. So, but you definitely got the Britannish in you. All right.
Yes, yeah.
And I am coming back over here and whiteboxing the Howl comics again. Let me see. Moving down. Caesar, what about you, dude?
Spanish and Italian.
Spanish and Italian. Nice. All right. And what about you, Brad?
Uh,
Can't hear you,
very
Brad.
exciting. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm just English. No big deal.
English. Okay.
Yeah.
And Booster, of course, Booster's difficult. He is an absolute mutt. But go ahead.
Well, actually, it's not actually as complicated as you'd think. I was born in England, and my family side, who was born in New Zealand, that all traces back to Sweden. I'm Swedish English. That means I'm doubly screwed by Islam.
Yes, you are, dude. Oh my goodness. So basically, what we got in here is a bunch of Celts. So
Right.
Yeah,
What's
sounds
a
like
Celt?
yeah.
At least it's not Canadians.
Celtic,
Celt?
the Celtic people are simply the northern Europeans, even from Italy. Northern Italy would be considered Celtic lands. Like I said, the Irish and the Scots are, of course, a little different, but not so much. They're pretty. Celt is a kind of a modern way to encompass those type of people. But it is interesting. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, and I might as well bring it up now, seeing as we only have 15 minutes left. But now your character is set in Scotland, Ben, and now I'm going to put you on the spot. All right, I'm going to see your historical knowledge, sir. Where did Scotland get its name?
Well, so from the stories I've heard, that it was from an Egyptian princess named
Yes.
Skota.
That's right, Scotia. That's right.
Scotia.
Good
Gotcha.
I thought it
job.
was just some bloke called Scott, and he's like, "Hey, this is my land."
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody
That's
claps for
that's
Ben. Claps for
factually
Ben. He
accurate.
gets claps. He passes
Thank you.
the
Thank you.
he passes the history test. Yeah, no, it's actually the daughter of Akhenaten. Her name is Scotia, and she was sent up there for her protection when Akhenaten broke the deal between the temple and the government that the Dragon Lords had made, and he tried to change the religion and created a civil war in Egypt. So he sent his daughter away to be safe, and he sent her to the northern lands. And she, because of her royalty and her money and power, she ended up organizing those tribes, and that's why they call themselves Scotialand or Scotland. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
And then I heard another story along
Stuff
those lines, but it's all legends and stuff. But that she came with medical knowledge. So
Yeah.
there was a plague of stillbirths up
Mhm.
there. So she had taught some medicine that would help the babies, and all the clans rallied.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of those stories. Actually, not we find those over in Ireland and stuff. Where we talk about the Milesians came in from Spain, those northern Celts, Spanish Celts, and they came in. Of course, they're the whole Tuatha De Danann storylines. But it also talks about a princess. Of course, she has a different name, but a princess coming in with medical knowledge because they were having various
Right.
plagues of different kinds. So the Scotia, no matter what her name, whether it be Erie or Scotia or what have you, the idea of her bringing medical knowledge to the Celtic lands is well established, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's funny because that's why the Offworlder is called the Protectors of Sa-Ra, which is my version of her.
Oh, I see. All right, there you go. Yeah, that's cool. And of course, the at that time, because I won't get into it. People yell at me. I'll do it on another day. But I want to. I'm biting at the bit. I'm chomping at the bit to get into the history.
Do it.
Because I would go deep, dude. No, I'd take the next 15 minutes if I did that. So I won't. I'm going to be a good boy. I don't know what it is, Ben, but when I get over here and start talking anthropological stuff, historical, or even science things, these chat, man, they get all upset with me. They don't like
I
it.
love
Wonder
it.
why.
I have to get on one of your Sunday
I
shows.
don't know. I love it.
You're welcome, dude. If you want to come to the show this Sunday, we are talking about ancient aliens, which is a broad brush. You can talk about anything you want. So if you want to be on the show, just let me know, dude.
I have my thoughts on that, which are, to me, I look at those as could it be more of interdimensional as opposed to extraterrestrial?
Well, hey, there you
Yeah.
go. There's been plenty of people talked about that. Why don't you put together a little presentation and come on the show and talk about the dimensional angle of ancient aliens? Love to have it, dude. Because that's what we do on the TFT. Everybody comes that joins the show basically brings a little presentation. Doesn't have to be long. Just put together a few like a presentation or a PowerPoint or something like that, and we'll share your screen and show it out. And you kind of put
PowerPoint.
forward, well, a PowerPoint. So I use presentation myself, but just put forward your idea, and then everybody just interacts with your idea. That's how we run the show, and it's a lot of fun. So actually, Ben, you have a little bit of homework. You need to put together a little presentation for the Sunday show, dude.
Do you need slides or just to speak to something?
Well, you can do either or. I think the slides really works well. I mean, we all understand that this YouTube is really radio. It's modern radio, is what it is.
Right,
But
right.
having the visual slides, I think, helps a lot. If you don't want to do that, just tell me exactly what you're talking about in the pre-show, and I'll prepare stuff.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'll think of something.
Yeah, it's fun. Rodwell says he loves the history stuff. Well, I was going to drop into the Dragon Lords and all that kind of stuff. That would have been deep, dude. I just got to keep that for the TFT stuff. But Pixel Trader says it's past Brad's bedtime. It sounds like it, dude. He's making a racket
Dude,
over
well,
there.
I've been up since 5 a.m.
Why?
Well, actually, up earlier than that. My mom had a episode last night, so I was at the rehab facility with her. So.
Yeah. Well, sorry to hear that, dude. I hope she gets better. A lot of us have had a lot of family issues. I mean, John Malin has had some trouble. We had that Star Wars girl, of course, lost her sister.
Yeah.
It was very tragic.
Yeah.
We've had several people have family law. I mean, I lost my mom last week, right? Last Monday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, man.
Well, she, like I said, she was an older lady, and she had been suffering for quite a while. So, in a way, it's kind of a positive if you look at it like that. But I'm not talking about me. I'm simply saying the community has had the past few weeks have been rough, dude.
Yeah. But
Right.
Did you go back?
I
home to
think it's
visit her?
everything you have to, you have to deal with it in your life.
You do.
So
You do. I'm sorry. Someone else said something. What was your question?
Yeah, I asked you if you went back home to visit visit family.
No, I didn't. I stayed in contact. We chatted and stuff like that. But it's just, I mean, literally for me to get back home, it's literally 24 hours just to get there, dude. And I have so many responsibilities. You guys know that my windows are so tight. I don't even get to go and hang out with anybody anymore, which kind of sucks. But no, thanks, Bullet. But no, I didn't get a chance to go back. It all happened way too quick. Unfortunately. Yeah, well, they are talking about doing because my family, my mother's family, they're absolutely enormous. My grandmother had 13 children, and after the war, she had 13, and after the war, she adopted 5. So I literally have 17 aunts and uncles. So my family is enormous, and they have this. They have a reunion every year where everyone gets together in the summer. So this August reunion, they're going to be having a special extra memorial for my mom, and I'll see if I do have a little more warning. I'll see if I can't get back over to the States for that. But that is a huge involvement for me. That's the problem with living in Japan. For me to travel to the States is a serious endeavor. It's not. It's like I said, 24 hours, right?
Were you one of the adopted children, or
No. That's my grandmother.
he's totally adopted.
That's my grandmother. Maybe. No, my mom. My mom and dad only had 3 kids. I'm the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah. But from my point of view, of course, I learned later that they were adopted. When I was growing up, I didn't know that those aunts and uncles were adopted. I just they were aunts and uncles, right? So.
Right.
Yeah, and you're right, Pixel. Those flights are no joke, dude. No, they're not. They're very serious. It's actually worse going from the States to Japan than it is going back. Going back's a little faster, or did I get that backwards? It's one way or the other, but they are. But anyway, Brad, sorry to hear that, dude. I hope she gets better, man.
No. Yeah, I mean, everybody's been really cool about it. And the backers for the book have been really understanding with what's been going on. So
sure.
I said thanks to everybody on a video before, so I don't want to delve too much into it, but you can go look at my channel and find out what's really been going on. But
sure.
it's one of those things every family eventually will have to deal with. So,
Oh, sure. Especially when you get up in
you
age.
just never know when it's going to happen,
Yeah.
and you have to kind of drop everything, for a while. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
Very true.
it's rough.
yep.
Yeah. But you're very right. It's something everyone has to deal with, especially when you get to a certain age. And I'm sitting at that age where they're all sitting on the edge of that right now. So, and actually, my mother, of all those kids, my mother was the youngest, and the only one left out of her whole group of siblings is her sister. Yeah, it is what it is, but it's part of growing up, I guess. And John Diller really, really, really hates when I mention I'm from Japan. Well, it's kind of hard when you live someplace to not talk about it, John. I do apologize. I really wish there's some way I could make you happy. It's my everyday's deep desire to make John Diller happy. I think about it. I write notes. I worry. I pray even, John. I really do. So we we have 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. But it has been a rough month, and I do send my condolences and my thoughts are with everyone who's having trouble for sure, guys. The one great thing about this community in general is everyone's very supportive of each other. In general, understanding. I understand. I don't want to get into that.
Oh yeah, for the most part, I agree with that.
Anyway, we are coming and winding down here now, guys. Do keep in mind, as usual, after we are done here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by and let you see each piece very clearly. And after we're done with that, Booster's going to go ahead and drop that straw poll, and then you go in there and vote. And do keep in mind that Pixel's rules are very simple. When I call it, it's called. Okay, and that's that, and that's Pixel's rule. It's not mine. If you have a problem with that, go yell at Pixel. Okay, and I do encourage you to yell at Pixel as often as you can because you know what, he deserves it. But
They'll toughen them up.
toughen him up a little bit, get that boy in shape. It's funny that he's so shy about being on the camera because I joke about it, but he's a pretty boy, man. You should get up and show your face, man. People want to see it.
He's very pretty.
He is a pretty boy.
He's big old eyes. Kind of looks like a little Ben Affleck.
He does. He looks a lot like Ben Affleck, actually. But just pretty boy. You should show your face more, dude. And he says, hold on. Pixel Trader says, I would like to take a moment to mourn ya boy Zach's haircut from last year. It's officially a year since he was in town for San Diego Comic-Con 2019. 2018, actually. What a haircut. I mean,
Need to change the subject, Pixel.
Yeah, that was funny. It was funny. Jordan says, be nice to Chester John. He may be biased, but he has feelings. Thank you, Jordan. See, that's an Australian giving me love. An Australian of all people. God.
Oh, they don't know what love is.
Five? What was that?
I was just picking on the Australians, which I am free to do, by the way. You guys can join in if you like. Any kind of, matter of fact, very much quicker to give hell to an Australian than I am a Canadian. And you guys know I don't hold back on the damn Canadians at all.
I see.
Yes. Because,
Or should you? Should you?
Nor should I. No, Canada's not even a real country. For God's sake.
That's true.
You know what? They're storage facility for our trees in case we need them.
That's right. That's exactly what they are. Yeah. Nothing more. And then, of course, they have that big old ugly cancerous eyesore right in the middle of them called Quebec. God.
Gosh.
Oh, goodness gracious. Do you appreciate my bias, Ben?
No, I love Canada, actually. I don't know why you're talking like this.
Oh, dude, I got a bunch of family in Canada, actually. It's so do I.
I know.
Yeah.
They got syrup and Tim Hortons.
All South Parks.
Right.
Canada.
Right. They are the maple syrup mafia, dude. You got to watch out for them.
Right.
Flitz says, racist Chester. I do apologize. Eagle 43 says, Canada is the Illuminati. Don't trust Chester. And John says, I'm a Canadian sympathizer. Really? Brad had something to say. I don't know why you just don't say it.
What?
I heard Chester wears his wife's underwear when the kids are gone. Excuse me, sir. I don't wear underwear at all, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Free flowing.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
That's how Booster knows about the reach around.
Well, he was trying to explain it to me. He
Trying
was
to
trying to
kill
explain it to me.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? But then again, Booster here teaches me about a lot of the modern degeneracy. Actually, I feel violated in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff you didn't want to know.
Stuff I wasn't interested in at all. But Booster just happily just rails on about it. Stuff
Mhm.
about some kind of Jennifer Lawrence and some kind of spunk on her face and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
He was so innocent.
I was.
That old rigmarole.
Mhm. It's
No
it's funny.
longer.
No longer, yes. Well, of course, do keep in mind I spent 12 years working in a strip club. I doubt I have seen anything there is not to see. Mhm.
And probably something a normal person should not have seen.
Dude, I have seen things I wish I could forget, dude. The damn strippers, man. I mean, Jesus.
I'm
Uh,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, crazy things. And the problem is that with a stripper, really, is there's only two kind of strippers. It's kind of weird. Most areas and workplaces in society have a breadth of the variety of humanity, right? But in a strip club, you get two kind of strippers. You get the stripper who's trying to work her way through university, and she's probably a fairly smart girl. And then you get the one who is dumb as a damn brick.
Ooh,
Hey, what was that?
Whoa.
the hell?
Did like that one.
Yeah, wow.
Get in trouble with the cops.
No,
Uh,
fire engine.
Fire
Yeah,
engine.
that sounds
Okay.
like a fire engine.
That sounded like one, yeah.
Yeah.
But
They okay?
You sound like Edwin's camera.
when you can't give diamonds, give pearls.
Damn straight.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, strippers are an interesting thing. Now, Ben, we only got a few minutes here, actually a minute, actually. Now you worked as a bouncer as well, but you worked in bars and nightclubs, right? Not strip clubs, right?
Yeah, bars, nightclubs. Yeah,
Yeah.
military bars, college bars around DC, Virginia, that kind of thing. It was fun, man. It was like a year-long party.
Oh, I see. So you did it short term. Yeah, no, I did that a long time. And yeah, no, I worked in a couple of nightclubs as well. But the money's just so much better at a strip club, you know?
Oh, I bet. Oh, yeah, I didn't hardly make any money. I paid my bar tab. This was right after I got out of the army.
I see.
I was a big boy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Google translates as Godzilla. What? Stripper police stories there. Goodness gracious. Anyway, guys, we are at the end of our time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and show you each person's art very clearly. And then Booster is going to drop that straw poll, which I'm assuming he has ready and it's beautifully perfect, right?
It's beautiful. It's perfect in every way imaginable. It's
All
so
right.
gorgeous.
So here we go.
Nice.
Starting over here with our new face for today, we have the Howl Comics, who is showing me. He had himself a little funny piece up, but this is his actual presentation for today. Damn, Ben, look at that, dude.
I like both of them. But no, man, that is awesome.
That is really good, dude.
Oh, thank you.
That
Yeah,
is
no,
awesome.
I mean,
That
talk
looks
about
great.
first time on the show bringing it, dude. That is gorgeous piece. Now,
So
if you guys,
dynamic. I love it.
yeah, it's very, very much. I love the lizard guy down the bottom too. But if you guys like what the Howl Comics has done here today, make sure you vote for him in that straw poll, okay? Moving down, we have Shinobi Raccoon in with us today, and Shinobi has done a very interesting piece. Definitely has the Scottish feel to it. So, what do you think about this one, Ben?
I love it. I love it. He's got the lightning bolt, on his face.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he caught that little detail. That is nice, dude. Good on you, dude. So if you guys like what Shinobi's done here, definitely go over. And no, he's not a new face. We've had him here before. But if you guys like what Shinobi's done, definitely go over and vote for him, okay? Moving on to Rabid. This, of course, is Rabid Comics. And this is a beautiful piece, too. I like it. What do you think, Ben?
It's looking good. He's gonna take somebody's head off of that thing.
Yeah, he is, dude. I like the pose. I like the muscle definition. Very nice. If you guys like what Rabbit has done here, definitely go vote for him in the straw poll. Moving down here, we have a Ghost of Henry, and oh Jesus, Ghost, that is cool. Yeah. What do you think, Ben?
Cool.
Beautiful. I love the gray wash. I love the Anunnaki. I love the Sarah and Henry Gunn, the off-roader on the bottom. There. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good piece,
I
Ghost.
went for that girl from the Mummy.
Say that again, Ghost. Say it again.
I went for that girl from the first Mummy movie.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, it is her, the girl from the Mummy movie. Yeah. No, that's good
Yeah,
likeness. Now that you said it, I catch it. Yeah. But if you guys like
me
what
too,
Ghost of Henry is doing here, definitely vote for him in the straw poll. Also, keep in mind that we've mentioned a few times, but just mention again. If you've been drawing along, and I hope you have, make sure you drop that drawing in hashtag DNQFE, hashtag DNQFE, and afterward we drop the straw poll. We'll go over and take a look at those works of art as we usually do. Moving down the line here, we have Eric Hawkins. Eric,
Hey.
That
nice
is awesome.
piece, dude.
Oh,
Nice job, Eric.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love
It
it.
almost looks like he's wielding a real a guitar axe. Yeah.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get some Kirby crackle in there. I wish I would
I
have
love
had time to finish the other two characters I wanted to put in there, but I'll
Yeah,
finish
well,
them up
this
later.
that things you had in the background were really cool, but I do like what you turned out, with Kirby Crackle and everything like that. But he
it.
just looks so happy about murder people. It's awesome.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
That personality,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
but if you like what this is Eric Hawkins. If you like what he's doing, definitely vote for him in the straw poll, guys. Moving down here, we have Caesar, and another great
Beautiful.
piece, man. Look at that.
Beautiful. I
That is-
love it. I love that assassin look in the background,
Yeah, dude.
from the pages, and Offworlder wielding his power, and it's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely cool, and I can't believe you got that much done this time, dude. But that is a great piece today, Caesar. Booster, tell me real quick, how did you label Caesar in the straw poll?
I
Both
put El
El
Guapo and Caesar. It's El Guapo Caesar has too many kids. That's
Okay,
that's
El Guapo
official-
Caesar.
Nice.
official name.
There you go. He does. But that is a great piece. Could you do me a favor and kind of zoom in on that a little bit so we can get a more broader look at it real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
So good.
It's really good, dude. All right, guys. If you like what Caesar has done here, definitely vote for him in the straw poll. Okay, guys. Then we're moving on to our last competitor of the day, Brad Ashworth, of course, and Pencil for Life. I don't know how Booster has put him in the straw poll, but damn,
He's
Brad.
Brad Ashworth.
Just Brad Ashworth. Okay, that is
yeah.
killer, Brad.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yes. I don't do digital very often. I usually just use it for layouts. So
I love the
so I try-
highlight. I love the energy to it, man. Very cool.
Yeah, it's a
Thanks.
beautiful piece. And if you guys like what Brad is doing, Brad Ashworth, Pencil for Life, definitely vote for him in the straw poll, guys. It's going to be tough. I wouldn't want to be you because, damn, that is a lot of great art we have here today, as usual.
So good.
But, this kid's killing it, dude. All right, so go ahead and drop that straw poll there, Booster. I'm waiting for the Booster to do something.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, did I get a
I did it.
compliment
It's up.
from
It's up.
Billy?
I want you guys to DM me these. When we hit the campaign funding, I'm gonna include these. This art in the back of Offworlder.
Oh, there you go. Sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and of course, you guys can get that to Ben personally, but do keep in mind that after the show, we have the after show channel in the Discord, and that is where you're supposed to drop into the Dropbox, which Pixel Troy has set up. So everyone definitely drop your art into the Dropbox for Pixel, and that might be an easy, quick place for you to get it, Ben. Or you can just send it to him directly. But nevertheless, while you guys are voting, which we do. We appreciate everybody. We got 50 people in here. there. I'd love to see everybody get in there and vote. But while they do that, we have a tradition here, Ben, which of course is from Edwin Boyette. We give the credit where it's due, and we do a hashtag DNQ draw along, dude. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to white box Booster. I do apologize. That horrible image is still there. It's just frightening. But he's going to change his camera over, and he's going to go to the Twitter page for that.
We'll just take 1 wee minute.
Yeah, and do keep in
there
mind,
we
guys.
go.
Okay, do keep in mind that the hashtag DNQFE, that is Twitter, of course, just in case I hadn't mentioned it. All right, Booster, take it away, dude.
All right, we're starting off with a Jason Gonzalez. There's his
Hey,
piece here.
look at
Look
that.
Pretty
Man.
awesome.
I love it.
That is beautiful, man.
Going up to
Oh yeah.
Scott Schmidt. He's just starting off here.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, we got to get Scott in here, arting with us. I know he was on a backup list one day, but we need to get him on the show, man.
Yep. And he's put in a bit more details here. A lot more lightning bolts.
Yeah, I like the Thor feel of it. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my boy Rodimus Flash.
El
Starting
Rodimus.
off.
Oh, looking cool. Looking cool.
That is
Put
awesome.
Man of War in the
Man of
back.
War in the back, yeah.
He will kick your. Yeah, that's
Here's
awesome.
another.
Yeah, El Rodimus does many. Welcome to the League of Misplaced Cosmic Heroes.
I love it.
Sweet, dude.
What is that, Flash Gordon, or is that?
Flash
I
Gordon.
think
It's
so. I think it's Flash
Yeah.
Gordon. Or Adam Strange, maybe.
Yeah.
And is that from Outlander? I'm not sure. I know there's another
Probably.
thing called Outlander.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Scott Schmidt's final piece.
Nice.
Nice. All
He's
right.
got in all of his extra details in. There we go. Here is figure. I'm not just
like
knowing his figure.
Wow, that is nice,
cool.
dude.
Magnificent beard.
Yeah. You know what I noticed
Stretch
though,
Star
Ben,
Wars.
is only one of these guys, or one or two of these guys, have caught the lightning bolt on the eye of the character.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knew I forgot something.
Yeah. That is a really nice
I
piece,
forgot it
though.
too.
Good job there, figure.
Oh, someone colored my work. Pick this up.
Nice.
Good job, John. There you go. Claps from me, brother. That is sweet, man. Yeah. All
What
right.
was it?
Nice.
Yeah.
Check it out.
That's nice too, dude. Look
Jai-
at that.
Cool post.
What was
Who's
that?
this from?
JYD D&Q. Quite sure how to say it. J Ding.
Yeah, nice, dude.
That's very cool.
Uh-oh.
Here
Uh-oh.
it is.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
Turtle Rabbit Fox, baby.
My boy
I
Bill
love
Rebel Fox.
his comic style, man. It's nice.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
You see the
Yeah,
alien
like-
in the
like
back
alien
peeking
with
around? Yeah.
Yeah.
Another El Rodimus Flash, and he gave me something just for me.
Booster.
Israel Wilder.
That's where we're on. There.
Boost
Uh,
in the heart. I love it.
Goodness
Just me.
gracious.
I got to commission something like this one day. A little Ezra Booster Gold. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you should.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
cool. I like that.
Look at that.
Tolfa?
Ah, Topher. Haven't heard from Topher in a while. Nice, dude.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's beautiful.
Very awesome. And what else we got? Oh, a couple more.
Wow.
Holy dude.
Dilla draws.
Wow. I
John
like that.
Dillard. Jesus, John.
I don't think this is John Dillard.
It
That's
could be.
cool.
I don't think this is John Dillard at all. I think he just copy and pasted something and put it
He
in here.
might have, but John might have just simply took something from an earlier project.
Mhm.
You
You
know,
know, he's been doing that, that art class lately. What's it called?
So if I hit search Google for image,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to come out.
gonna get- oh, what's this? Diablo, Dual X Barbarian. Yeah, get out of here, John Dillard.
What are you
yellow.
doing, John? John's actually a
Oh,
killer
yeah,
artist.
like,
What's the point of that? Go ahead. It's a cool piece, though.
This is
Uh-oh.
Storyteller. Claire?
Uh-oh. Come to me.
Wait,
Get
oh,
back,
this-
foul temptress.
So- Oh, and JCM.
Oh, these are always good. Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, look at that, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's
I like
beautiful.
it.
Some man and some aliens. I love it.
Yeah, that is cool. All right. Is
And
that
that's
the?
cool.
Is
Very
that,
good.
All of
That is a good one. Is that the extent of it, Booster?
Yep, that is all of it.
Sweet.
Great
Once again,
job, Avery.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for doing the drawing along, guys. It's so cool every week to see all these things you guys put together. And do keep in mind, you are welcome to come on the show, right? We've had Alrodimus on here. We got ourselves the Hollow Comics in here as well. You are welcome. We'd love to get Turtle Rabbit Fox up in here
True
too with
story.
his quirky style, right? So definitely do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and vote myself. Booster, definitely please put the link back up, please. Waiting for the link, Booster.
Hey, I had a birthday this week. You should vote for
I'm
me.
doing 5 bloody things.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know who to vote for today, man. Damn.
Mm.
And you can vote too, Ben. Don't be shy.
All right, I will. There we go here. Very good, everybody. Thank you so much. I mean, they're just all wonderful.
No problem. It was fun to draw.
I had a good
It
time
seems to
drawing
be a
it.
cool character. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's interesting to see how the votes are coming out today. We got 40 in here already. There's 50 people watching, so we definitely try to get it to that 50 mark, or close. I'll let it go a little bit more, but definitely get in here and vote if you guys haven't. Do keep in mind the straw poll is free and easy. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just click the button, vote, and come back. It's that simple. It's a very interesting service. Now, Pixel Trader has been promising us for quite a while that he's going to create our very own straw poll for the indie revival community, and he's not done it yet. So every time you see Pixel, chastise him and point your fingers at him, say, Pixel, Pixel, get it done. Do something like that. Okay. Definitely want to blame Pixel as much as we possibly can. What do you mean hashtag rigged, Eagle? I just voted. All right, guys. Let's see here. It's up to 41 votes. Everyone has a vote today, which is nice. And the top is close, man. It's very close.
Oh man, I need some pity votes. Come on.
Pity votes.
Not only was it my birthday, but I had to get up at 4:00 in the morning and bury our puppy that died that night.
Oh my!
Oh
my!
But
that
is a true story, though.
Eric Hawkins,
Oh,
not
dude.
Weathers, wants you to vote for him because his puppy died. So there you go, guys. My dog is getting old, though. I'm kind of worried about him. He actually walks to a spot and literally falls to the ground with a thunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Poor thing.
but we only got 41 people in here. I'm going to let it go one more minute, and then I'm going to stop it. But that's pretty good percentage of the people that are in here, actually. But
Yeah, that's good engagement.
It is good engagement. Sometimes we get like much more than the people we have in here. I don't know how. I don't question it. It just is what it is.
Canadians. It's the Canadians.
It's the Canadian. It is the
It
Canadian.
only happens when they are on.
They always swarm around, and they only support each other. They have no integrity whatsoever. Wow, no humor from that. No chick chuckles. No digs.
Well,
just
it's
leave me
true.
hanging. Leave
No,
me
we
hanging out
agreed.
there.
Everybody agreed with you.
Okay, everyone agrees. All right.
I don't think it's acceptance.
It is. It's true. Damn it. All right. A few more seconds. I'm going to call it. Here we go. 5. If you want to get in here and vote, you better do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. It is called. It is done. We have 42 votes. Actually, let me refresh it real quick to make sure that is true, because sometimes they delay a little bit. Although this straw poll is a little bit better than the other one, to be honest with you. Nope, I got 42. All right, we're going to end it here, and I'm going to go ahead and call off the winners. So let me see here. In last place, with 1 vote, and of course, amongst this crowd, that's nothing to be ashamed of, obviously, we have Rabid Comics. Check out Quit Strike on Indiegogo. I agree. So congratulations, Rabid, for coming in here. We're always happy to have you. And claps, everybody. Claps for Rabid Comics. Let me have
Claps, claps.
claps.
Thank you
Tied
for
with him, actually, for last place, we do have Ghost of Henry. Will stab you if you don't vote for him.
He's stabbed a lot of people today.
He will. He's very
Yeah.
stabby today. But I
Yeah.
thought your piece was absolutely killer, Ghost.
Beautiful,
But
beautiful
everybody,
stat.
claps for Ghost, man. Claps for Ghost. All right.
Please don't stab me, Ghost.
Please don't stab me, Ghost. Then we have next in fifth position with 2 votes. We have Shinobi Raccoon is not related to the other comic raccoon. He's not at all. Definitely not. But
No
awesome,
relation.
dude. Thanks for coming in, Shinobi, at the last minute. We do appreciate it, dude. But everybody,
Thank you.
awesome. Claps for Shinobi, please. Claps, claps, claps. All right. All right. And then
Go
just
clap.
one spot out of the top, just one spot out of the top. We have the Howl comics coming right out of the hashtag DNQFE. And we're very happy you came on today. That was a killer piece you gave us, man. We really appreciate it.
Love it.
Oh, thanks.
And
That was fun.
Great.
yeah, 7 votes, of course, in 4th place. We do appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. All right.
That's what I get for stealing Chester or Booster's F word.
That is, you did
Yeah.
steal it. You stole it straight
did.
out.
You fucking
Now,
dick.
I have a bit of a problem. I don't know what to do because I stopped it at 42. Now there's 43.
Uh-oh.
And there are 2 people at top with 12. Who was the one that had 12 and who was the one that had 11? Uh-oh.
Brad had 12 and
I thought it
Elgato
was
had 11.
Brad.
I think
Yeah, it
Brad
was
was sitting
Brad.
at the top, wasn't he?
When
You
I
know,
refreshed it, he was at the top.
Yeah.
Last,
Oh,
yeah.
there you go. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. So into our
No,
top 3.
I'm not playing favorites here. I voted for El Guapo, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Okay.
But
Right.
Thanks,
okay.
Mister.
Not that I didn't like yours, Brett. Ah, shit.
Oh
Oh,
no!
good, dude.
Here we go, guys. Top 3
Oh, no.
with the bronze medal in 3rd position with 8 votes. We absolutely appreciate you, Eric Hawkins, not Weathers. It's definitely Eric Hawkins. But dude, great piece you put out today. Awesome. Claps, everybody.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Appreciate it.
Sweet.
It was fun. It was really fun.
Good job.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
We have, of course, in 2nd place with a silver medal, we have El Guapo Caesar. Has too many kids. Yes, he does. He has way too many children.
You
But
gotta give some of them away. That's too many.
you do. Just share
Yeah.
them about. He had 11 votes today with that silver medal, and awesome, dude. Killer piece you had today. Really
Awesome,
beautiful, actually.
awesome, Brad.
Yeah, awesome.
Great.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Claps,
Yeah.
claps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. And then coming in at the last moment, all sleepy and such, we have in
Oh,
first
wait a minute.
place.
I think El Guapo got another vote there.
Yeah, I saw it. It's okay. We have coming in first place with the gold medal himself. Brad Ashworth is here too, with 12 votes. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations,
Awesome
man. Congrats.
Thanks.
Very, very nice.
No,
Now,
Ben said I was doing an alternate cover too for the book, right?
would you say? Say that again?
Ben said I was doing an alternate cover for the book for winning. Is that
No,
right?
he didn't say
Oh,
that.
let's talk,
No.
man.
Oh,
Let's talk though, man. Beautiful job. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
Yeah. They're very. Yeah. No, it is
I
a
could
beautiful
try to
piece.
squeeze one in there. You know.
You try, yeah, there you go. I get it. Take advantage of that situation. But no, guys, thank you very much for joining us, staying with us, and getting there. Voting is absolutely awesome. Now, do keep in mind, everybody here, go into the Discord, go into the after show channel, and drop all your pieces into the Dropbox for the archive, please. You guys are awesome. Just killer, beautiful art today, guys. And of course, Brad will be representing us next week on the Drone Recorded Pro Edition with Mike Miller on his channel Blacklist Universe. So, Brad, make sure you, after this is done, send me a tweet with that piece of art in there for me, okay? So I can get that to
Sure.
Edwin today. But other than that, chat, you're awesome. We love you guys. And what we're going to do now is go down the row and let each person tell you where you can find them, man. So let's come over here and start with the Howl Comics, man. So tell the people. I love this little Danzig picture you got. That is awesome.
Me too. I love it.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell us where you can be found, dude.
Oh, just on Twitter. You can find me at the Hell Comics on Twitter.
Well, there you
Just
go.
working on my stuff.
The Howl Comics, dude. And I certainly hope you come back, man. You're a really good artist, dude. I'm actually surprised you didn't take it today. That was a really cool killer
thanks,
piece.
man.
They're all really good, but actually for me, Caesar and you, they were just so. I mean, damn, what did Caesar do in that amount of time? It's ridiculous. But it's tough, man,
Yeah.
because there were really good pieces today. So, but I really appreciate you coming on. Moving down here, we have Shinobi Raccoon, dude. Tell them where they can find you.
Okay, you can find me at Ronin Raccoon on Twitter, Instagram at Tanuki Clan, and I also have a YouTube channel where I do drawing streams.
There you go. Awesome. That's always nice to hear. And I don't. It wasn't here in the chat. I think it was checking the Twitter earlier. People saying, "Why don't you have more women on?" Well, I'd be more than happy to have more women. We do have women in the
Oh, I
community.
gotta say,
We've had them on
well, I gotta
before.
volunteer.
Yeah, well, we have
They
had a
fly.
few on before. And I'd
They
say the
almost
main
went.
reason why we don't have women on the show is this, guys. They cannot stand the hairy manliness of Booster. That's what it is.
It's true. They're too intimidated by
They
my
are.
power.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
for a
definitely,
one whiff, they will be attracted to me.
that's right. One whiff.
Mm.
Now, do keep in mind, guys, Mortal V is an absolutely killer moderator, and he's dropping all that stuff in the chat for each of these guys. So definitely go check out Shinobi. Moving on, we have Rabbit Comics. Now, Rabbit, you have a project in progress, so go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
Sure, I have a comic book called Quick Strike. It's an intro superhero comic book story featuring my superhero named Quick Strike. Yep, it's on Indiegogo right now.
Sweet. And I know that Mortal V's got to drop that up there, but what's your link again, real quick?
Yep, so it's at Indiegogo, and the comic book is called Quick Strike.
Quick Strike. But what about you, your Twitter?
Oh, my Twitter? My Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook, it's all at Ravage Comics. So
At Rabbit Comics. Sweet. All right.
Yeah, one word.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on today, dude. Moving down here, we got Ghost of Henry, one of my most favorite Brazilian ever. How you doing, dude?
Hey, dude. I'm fine.
Tell them where they can find you, man.
Twitter at the Ghost of Henry.
The Ghost of Henry on Twitter. Awesome, dude. And we're always very
Yes.
happy to have you come in and see your killer stuff, man. It's cool. And one of these days, you're going to have to
Thank
tell
you.
us exactly what Ghost of Henry means. But moving down, we have.
It's written in my Twitter.
It is written. Well, there you go. Go check out his Twitter, which Mortal V is going to put that up, and go find out the answer to that question. We have Eric Hawkins, right? It's Hawkins, right?
Hawkins, right?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Hawkins.
'Cause sometimes I confuse you with other Erics, like Ericson and
Rabbit
stuff.
sounds like Eric Weathers.
He does, doesn't he? A little bit. He does. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, Eric, just kidding. Tell people where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Twitter at ES_Hawkins. And if you happen to be in the Missouri area, July 27th, I'll be in Perryville, Missouri at my first Comic Con I've ever attended as an artist. And I'll be selling my The Zombie Full World of Oz comic book that I crowdfunded 2 months ago.
Sweet. All right, guys. Definitely keep that in mind. Check it out if you're in the area. And, of course, check out the links as they come getting dropped up here. Thank you, Eric. Moving down, we have Caesar. Hello, Caesar. Tell them where they can find you and talk about your project a little bit. Go ahead.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter at El Guapo Comics. Also on Instagram at the Art of Caesar Feliciano, as well as Facebook at the Art of Caesar Feliciano. Currently running a campaign. We're got 46 days left, and I'm at 9%. So could definitely use some help. Share, spread the love, whatever. We got Child with a Broken Veil, horror comic, dramedy. So good stuff there. Putting a lot of hard work into it. So check it out. Thank you.
Caesar, you know what you should do is hit me up on Twitter later, and I will schedule you for one of our shows here on Fanspeak, and you come in and we'll talk all about it, dude.
All right, sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, moving down here to Brad, the man, Pencil for Life, dude.
Hey,
Winner. Tell them where they can find you.
You can reach me at Twitter, Pencil for Life, or YouTube at Pencil for Life, Facebook, Pencil for Life, or Instagram at pencil.for.life. It's all Pencil for Life, baby. If you like artwork, you like interviews, things like that, reach out to me, or come to my channel, especially Tuesday. Tuesday, we got the great artist Jeremy Clark, who worked for Image, Zenoscope, Action Labs, Coffin Comics, doing Lady Death. Stuff like that. He's going to be on with me on Tuesday, and we're going to be talking to him about what he's working on. I've interviewed Ron Garney, Kari Christensen, Chad Harding, and I got a bunch more in the pipeline coming up. So come out, hang out. We'll have a good time. You can ask questions to the artists that come by. So,
There you go.
anyways, yeah.
Sweet. No,
Thanks
definitely
for
check it out.
voting.
No, and of course, give them hell over there at the Pro Edition. Don't take nothing. Of course, you've won the Pro Edition before, we expect big things of you, dude. Don't let us down. All right.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. And one of these days, you're gonna have to do the New Comics Wednesdays again, dude. I miss it.
I miss it too, man. But I don't work at a shop right now and anymore, and so getting comics to read, and with the situations that have been going on, it's been a little bit difficult.
That's true. It is true. I understand that.
So.
But you should probably talk to Booster because he was telling me all about somehow way you can get comics without paying for them. He's a bad boy. He's very bad.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
What? No, that was Chester. That was not me.
Whoa. All right. Thank you very much, Brad.
How dare you, sir?
And definitely have fun next week, dude. And of course, Booster, go ahead and tell him where you can find you and your degenerate self. My God.
Oh, I'm Booster Kiwi. I can be found where all good Kiwis are sold, such as on the YouTube and the Twitter, at Booster Kiwi.
And just do remember, he has a P.O. box, and he appreciates all manner of oils. You can send that to him, especially the
all
scented
fragrances.
Ones. He likes those. The smelly ones are good. But all right, thanks very much, Booster. And of course, the man of the hour, our Indiegogo creator, and of course, the boss over at Cautionary Comics himself. We have Ben Henderson. Dude, tell them where they can find you, man.
Hey, you can find the Offworlder campaign at offworldercomic.com, offworldercomic.com, or on Indiegogo. I'm Big B Henderson on Twitter. I have the Caution Zone on YouTube, and thank you very much, everybody, for supporting Offworlder, for focusing on him today, and everybody at Cautionary really appreciates it.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Our pleasure, dude.
Yeah, no, it was great character, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming in. We love you guys. You're always supportive, coming in every day here for Fanspeak, seeing all the content we do. Do keep in mind that, of course, if you haven't subbed to the channel or liked or hit that bell, which Dinale keeps telling me about some damn bell. I don't know. I haven't seen a bell. But definitely do those things. We definitely want the build community. We're over almost 730 people now, so it's awesome. And we keep growing, and we're having a lot of fun, so we appreciate you guys. But thank you very much, and definitely come back. Now, do keep in mind that here on the show, tomorrow is our day off. We do take it one day off a week. And then on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have our Fanspeak show as usual. And then on Sunday, we will have our TFT, and the topic of conversation is Ancient Aliens, which Ben is going to be joining us for that talk, and I will be able to actually speak freely. If any of you, that's right, yeah. And if any of you guys want to be part of that, just hit me up the link down below my Twitter. Just say, Chester, I want to talk about Ancient Aliens, and I'll put you on the show, dude. I'm not kidding. But we'll check you guys out. Thank you very much for your support. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to run an outro now. So everybody say later.
Later. Bye. Love you.
Have a good day.
All right, here we go.